still can't believe I used to fuck with you. Wasn't playing beats, cause I ain't playing to be stuck with you. Damn, I see you still kicking with them op bitches. I'm the only reason that your goofy ass got bitches. All them hoes wanna look like me, bitch, most likely. Holy fucking you just a spicy. But I don't get it twisted, I ain't tripping. I never put my faith in a nigga, bitch, I'ma die independent. If you was wondering, yeah, boy, I'm still at finish. I had to lie you, but you still gotta watch this shit. Cause I'm a front rockin' like me, no bra, tight tee, slick back, ponytail, feeling like I'm iced tea. You know I suck it good, real hood, real wigger. You know I had weak if she ain't fucking up her makeup. Damn, I can't believe I used to let you fuck me. I'd rather be in jail or help. Hey, look, ladies, love yourself, cause this shit could get ugly. That's why as fuck niggas get money. And I don't give a fuck if that nigga leave tonight, because nigga, that dick don't run me. You better get on your knees and eat this pussy right before I have another nigga do it for me. Because dick don't run me.
I run dick.
Nigga,
Use a bitch.
Moving a suit in my meeting. I was sick when I'm eating. Making so much money, this nigga dumb if he cheating. Bitches watching and hating. Put that shit in their faces. I buy the whole building and keep them hoes in their places. He's submerged in it, like a baptism. He hit this water, then he coming back a real nigga. How you want a bitch, but don't want to work? How you want a bitch? Still want to bitch that fucking to my first mind. And told your ass for the first time. Try to spit this nigga. You still want bitches that hurt and calling out in the fact that still while you sleep, while you sleep. It's the most expensive meal you'll ever eat or ever think. You still can't believe I used to trust you. The only accolade you ever made is that I fucked you, bitch. If you get the chance, I bet you snitch. You never get a chance to tell me come and pay my shit. Ladies, love yourself, cause this shit could get ugly. That's why as fuck niggas get money. And I don't give a fuck if that nigga leave tonight, because nigga, that dick don't run me. You better get on your knees and eat this pussy right before I have another nigga
Do it for me.
because dick don't run me.
I run dick, nigga. Use a bitch. Nigga, I run dick. I called your mama. Told her she raised a bitch. Cause I don't run dick, we run. Nigga. Yikes. What's going on, Consciouztv? It is your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You guys already know what we're here to get into. Gworlll. The world has no shortage, girl, of bald-headed holiness, baby. You guys know that Tory Lanez, baby, and Megan in my feet Stallion, girl, is gearing up for an epic trial. And if this shit really pops off, Gworlll, I think that this trial is going to be one for the books, okay? Very wild circumstances, to say the least. You guys know there has been a plethora of drama between the Stallion, girl. How doing, Miss Mamas? How doing, y'all?
Still.
I'm trying to, I don't know why my fucking computer is acting like a bitch. What is tea? Damn.
Still want to pick up that.
Oh my God. What's on, y'all? Okay, girl, hold on. Girl, before we get into it, go ahead and give me a nasty piece of thumbs up, girl. This helps with YouTube's algorithm. It helps these hoes to recommend, suggest, and give the king full free promotion, girl. So make sure that you slide up and hit the like button, girl. Okay, if you're new here, definitely make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, because if I like it, you're going to absolutely love it here. You have to make sure that all of your notification bells are set to all, because you never know what day or hour the king shall be kinging. And if you don't mind taking it a step further, please share the stream out to wherever it is that you have digital community going. Pornhub, His Hub, MySpace, Your Space, Instagram, Snapchat, Christian Mingle, girl, Adam for Adam, Black Gay Chat. I don't really give a damn, girl. Wherever you like to hide yourself out on these viral streets, girl, just let them know that the king is indeed walking, girl. Okay, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into this evening's discussion. I will be dropping the link so you guys can chime in, girl, on what y'all think about all this Tory Lanez going on, girl, because we will be covering this trial, girl, okay? As it develops, we will develop with it, girl. Big wheels keep on turning, sugar. Okay, and we're going to keep on rolling with them, in the words of Miss Tina Turner. Oh, girl. You's a bitch.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Girl, now y'all already know when it comes to this trial, girl, there is only one person who I'm hoping will get a chance to take the stand, because Tory Lanez keep hinting to the fact that there is gun residue on another patron from that night, baby. Okay? And because he got a whole gag order put against him, that he is not able to speak about some of the facts surrounding this case, but that one of those facts, girl, involves gun residue from the weapon that allegedly shot Megan Thee Stallion's feet, girl, is on another person. And I don't want to say no names, but
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
period, girl. So we're going to get into it, girl. We're going to move deep off into this thing, child. Because, girl, it's a lot of goings on, goings on. It is the ghetto for me. Before I get started, girl, let me go ahead and speak. Hold on, y'all. Girl, let me go ahead and greet everybody, girl. Let me go ahead and pour me, girl, a piece of orange juice, girl. Hold on. Let me speak to everybody in the building if I can, child. Then everybody said they ain't shoot Megan. Tory said he ain't shoot Megan. Okay, so what that mean? All of them said they ain't shoot Megan. Okay? We know that the gun didn't pull itself out and pull the damn trigger. Everybody in the situation claiming innocence. I mean, hello. What's going on, Serene? Hey, Theresa. What's going on, Jennifer? What's going on, Maldives? Hey, Knockout Media. What's going on, NL? What's going on, Lachey? Hey, Kiana. What's going on, Deanne Sanders? Hey, boo. What's going on, Rovanda? Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Oz. What's going on, Miss Williams? Hey, Moesha. What's going on, Batty Pronto? Hi, Lala. What's going on, WNK Sal? What's going on, Amina? Hey, Coco Bada. What's going on, Bed-Stuy? Hey, Tracy. Hey, Jessica. What's going on, The Nine? Hey, DeJohn. What's going on, Queen Everlasting, period. What's going on, Una? What's going on, Salvian Wrangling? What's going on? Let me see what she said. I want you to go to look up something. They got a video. It's going to come out in court when the day come up. It's overdue. Okay, hold on. What happened? How is it that when... Okay, what the hell? Let me read this. How is it when it's what she's saying, not the actual stuff? This is why people need to wait until it comes out. We ain't waiting for shit. We're going to be reporting on this shit as they report on this motherfucking shit. And when videos and tattoos and DNA drops, we'll be reporting on that shit too, honey. It's going to be a developing commentary, girl. Get in motherfucking to it. What's going on, Miss Mary? Hi, boo. What's going on, Adriana? Hey, Ebony. What's going on, Earth's Ghetto? Hey, Carmen. What's going on, Honey B? Hey, Jerry L. What's going on, E? Hey, boo. Hey, Ice Latte. What's going on, Shamari? Hey, Nicole Slays. What's going on? This beach is better, period. Child. This trial is snatching edges, girl. That's what's wrong with his head. Beach is better. This motherfucking trial is snatching edges, girl. What's going on, Ty? What's going on, D Diva? What's going on? What's going on? Let me see here, Dolly. Okay, there's a lot of y'all. So, hey, every damn body. Okay. So, girl, let's just go ahead and push through. It's a lot going on. Tory's lawyers are saying a lot at this point, girl. They are trying to set records straight. They're trying to get ahead of what they feel the damage is from what Megan Thee Stallion been out here free to run her mouth. She's been doing CBS, you know, interviews and things, girl. So we're just going to catch up on all things going on regarding this case, girl. There's even a potential for this case to be dismissed because of so-called insufficient evidence or, yeah. So they're really battling it out, girl, right now. I can feel the intensity. I can feel it, child. And it's scary. It's scaring me, girl. Okay. Let's pull up this article here from hotnewhiphop.com. Big ups to them. Okay. Tory Lanez says that Megan Thee Stallion's Gayle King interview upped the ante, you guys. Okay. Tory Lanez was in court today for a hearing about his Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. Okay. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion's trial is set to take place on September the 14th of this year. As many of you already know, Tory will be on trial for allegedly shooting Meg back in the summer of 2020. There has been a lot of back and forth over this whole ordeal, and many still don't know the truth behind what happened. Although, about a month ago, Megan sat down with Gayle King. You guys know who Gayle King is. This is Oprah Winfrey's husband, allegedly, on CBS, where she offered up her perspective on what happened. Meg recalls being scared for her life, and she felt like it should have never gotten to such a dark road. Quote, I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it's like, it shouldn't have got this crazy, she said. Quote, all I hear is man screaming. This man screaming is, dance, bitch, dance. And he starts shooting. And I'm like, oh my God, like he shot a couple of times. According to reporter Nancy Dillon, Lanez was in court today for a hearing into the Megan Thee Stallion case. In the end, however, things got a bit complicated as the prosecution raised awareness about potential leaks coming out of Discovery. Lanez's lawyer, Sean Hawley, was quite clear that the leaks are not coming from Tory's camp and that the artist isn't even doing Discovery, okay? Wow. From there, it also was reported how Tory's representation feels as though Meg escalated things by going on CBS. In fact, Tory was offered interviews with CBS as a way to counter her claims, but he ultimately refused, okay? And here it is, you can see Nancy Dillon's tweets. We are outside Tory Lanez hearing and Megan Thee Stallion assault case, waiting for courtroom to open. It was supposed to be a simple hearing, but prosecutor raised issue of more alleged leaks of Discovery, said she's trying to a certain source. Tory's lawyer was adamant any leaks are not coming from her watermark Discovery, said Tory declined Discovery to be safe. Okay, she goes on to report, Tory's lawyer, Sean Hawley, said Megan upped the ante by speaking to Gayle King on CBS. She says Tory's rebuffed calls from CBS producers asking for rebuttal interview. Tory ordered back July, trial date September 14th. Okay, so Tory will be returning next month, girl, on the 28th. And then trial date is set for September the 14th. Okay, the article concludes with, for now, there will be a break in the case as Lanez will be in court on July 28th. From there, the official trial will start on September 14th, and all eyes will be on the courtroom, you guys. So his attorneys are alleging that there ain't been no motherfucking leaks coming from their side. Her shit is watermarked up, girl. They're not playing them type of bald-headed hoe games. Tory already literally be on his bald-headed hoe shit, girl. So it's a no for them, okay? I also want to read this article from the Shade Room about those alleged leaks, okay? And shout out to the Shade Room. This article is captioned, Tory Lanez attorney slams prosecutors' allegations that Tory leaked discovery information and claims Megan Thee Stallion's CBS interview escalated the situation, okay? During a court appearance early Thursday, Tory, along with his attorney, Sean Hawley, addressed claims by the prosecutors in his case involving Megan Thee Stallion, and things got a bit intense as the prosecutors continue to allege that Tory Lanez is responsible for leaking discovery information. His attorney not only shut the allegations down, but also stated that Megan Thee Stallion's previous CBS interview may have made things, in fact, worse. Among the bombshells that were revealed in court included claims from Sean Hawley that Tory Lanez declined an interview request from CBS in an effort to not bring any additional negative attention to the case, while Megan Thee Stallion did the exact opposite, okay? So Megan took her attempt, baby, to curve at least a court of public opinion, while Tory Lanez refused. But I highly doubt that this is the reason why Tory Lanez refused. It's because he didn't want to bring any negative attention, because how can they argue that this was his motive? Because he didn't want to bring negative attention. But the whole fucking time, Tory has been crying that he can't talk and he wants to talk, and even dedicated an entire fucking album to the case, and has been begging the judge in the courts to take him off this gag order and whining and wailing about how it's unfair for him to be on a gag order. And Miss Megan Thee Stallion is able to speak freely, okay? Which I agree that both parties should be allowed to speak freely. So it's interesting that they're arguing that he has such integrity and cares so much about the case, girl, and that he just, was refusing interviews and things while Megan Thee Stallion was taking up her opportunity to do so. I just can't make it make sense, because his whole narrative has been fighting against this injunction order, girl. Okay? Now, at Roland senior reporter Nancy Dillon, who was in court this morning, took to Twitter to explain what happened between Tory's attorney and prosecutors. Quote, it was supposed to be a simple hearing, but prosecutor raised issue of more alleged leaks of discovery, said she's trying to a certain source. Tory's lawyer was adamant any leaks are not coming from her. Watermark discovery, said Tory declined discovery to be safe. Tory's lawyer, Sean Hawley, said Megan upped the ante by speaking to Gayle King on CBS. She says Tory rebuffed calls from CBS producers asking for a rebuttal interview Tory ordered back in July. Trial date once again set for the 14th. As we previously reported, Tory Lanez was prohibited by a judge from speaking about Megan Thee Stallion on social media. The judgment came after Tory and Megan and her boyfriend Party got into a heated social media battle earlier this year, okay? So that's why his ass was slapped with an injunction order, bruh. Okay. Now, I want to speed up, bruh. Okay, hold on. I want to speed up. If y'all are in the building, please thumbs up. I think I done lost one of my fucking pages, girl. Hold on. I done lost it in. Oh my God. Let me see here, girl. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hold on. Now get into this, girl. Now this is a whole gag here, child. This article also is from Hot New Hip Hop, girl, and it has the transcripts from the preliminary hearing, girl. Okay. And once again, shout out to hotnewhiphop.com. Okay. Tory Lanez court hearing and Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. DA brings up DJ Akademiks, so you guys know was chiming in a month ago and allegedly was leaking information and then wrong information at that, girl, because Their little hearing hadn't even started yet, girl, and he was already on Twitter doing the absolute most, girl. Okay, in the full transcript from Tory Lanez court hearing regarding the Megan Thee Stallion shooting, the DA brings up DJ Akademiks once again. It's 8:30 a.m. and Tory Lanez is sitting in Los Angeles County's criminal courthouse, also known as Clara Shortridge Falls Criminal Justice Center. This court appearance is supposed to serve as the conversation to determine whether or not there's enough evidence to move forward to the pretrial. Tory, real name Daystar Peterson, does not live in Los Angeles and thus had to fly out himself and his team. As we already reported earlier, one of the main points discussed during today's extremely brief, as in 5-minute long hearings, was the fact that Megan Thee Stallion went on national television sitting down with Gayle King to discuss what exactly happened during the evening she was shot in the foot. Of course, she has pinpointed her shooter as Tory, a claim that Tory has adamantly denied. Tory's lawyer said in response to this type of highly publicized coverage, quote, I've received numerous emails from producers of the show asking Mr. Peterson to come on and give his side of the story. Obviously, he hasn't done that and is not going to do that. I also want to indicate that Mr. Peterson, out of concern that there might be some suggestion that he had something to do with anything being leaked, has refused to accept any discovery in this case, girl. Hot New Hip Hop was present for the court appearance. Okay, baby, these folk right here was right up in the courtroom child. Hot New Hip Hop was present for the court appearance this morning, and we are providing you with the complete transcript below. Beyond the fact that Megans CBS interview was brought up by Tory's lawyer, the DA once again brought up DJ Akademiks' contributions to the social media conversation surrounding the shooting. Although Akademiks has previously stated it was actually Rock Nation that leaked the info. Wow. Nonetheless, DA stated, quote, since the last court date, it was apparent there were some leaks of part of the discovery to the members of the public. Mainly, there was an individual identified as DJ Akademiks has made additional comments that he had access to the police report. Again, we're trying to ascertain the source of the reports or the source of the leaks at this moment. But my concern, obviously, is the way the leaks are being disseminated. They are being extrapolated in a certain way to mislead, in my opinion. Okay, now, DJ Akademiks, you see how you're fucking your boy up, huh? So thirsty, baby. This is a whole court proceeding, girl, and you are fucking things up, making more goddamn trouble for your friends. Sit your thick ass down. While no real progress was made during today's hearing, it's apparent that 2 years later, Tory continues to fight for his proclaimed innocence. Read the conversation between Judge David Gworlllll, Deputy District Attorney Kathy Ta, and Tory Lanez lawyer Sean Hawley in full below. We'll keep you updated at the next pre-trial. Baby, if you're in the building, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, girl, let's read these transcripts, girl. The judge. Number 3, Daystar Ball Patch Peterson, 049599 coming up. Mr. Peterson, he's present in court, and we have the appearance of the counsel. Sean Hawley, good morning, Sean Hawley. Mr. Peterson is present before court. Judge says, thank you. We're here to pre-trial conference today. We haven't had a discussion off the record regarding scheduling, so I know the parties want to come back on July 28th for another pre-trial. So we will do that. And we're going to leave the September 14th date for trial as a 010 for right now as well. Do you want to add anything to the records for today, bitch? The DA replies, just briefly, Miss Mamas, this is in regards to the actual trial and what court this will go to for purposes of security. Because since the last court date, it was apparent that there was a whole lot of niggerment going on in this case, for there was some leaks of part of the goddamn discovery to the members of the bald-headed whole public. Mainly, there was an individual identified as DJ Thick Hip Akademiks has made additional comments that he has had access to the goddamn police report. Again, we're trying to ascertain the source of the reports or the source of the leaks at this moment. But my concern, obviously, is the way these leaks were being disseminated by a man who could barely type 4 goddamn characters correctly on Twitter. They are being extrapolated in a certain way to mislead, in my personal opinion, the state of evidence. I do have concerns about invested members of the public, once this trial starts, trying to subvert the fair administration of justice when this does go to trial. I think it's just for the courts. Identification that the court's aware that there are the situations occurring behind the scenes. What a ghetto mess. The judge says, all right, Miss Holly, yes, thank you. As the court is aware from our last discussion here, okay, these communications have existed for most part on social media and what I'm loosely calling nigger Twitter. Miss Ta referenced someone named DJ Fatass Akademiks, somebody I have never heard of until this case because I'm white and I'm hot. I would state at this point what is, I think, very important is that 17 days after we were here addressing these issues, Miss Pete, the accuser in this case, went on Gayle King on CBS Mornings, which is far beyond the nigga Twitter that I was talking about last time. Mainstream CBS nationally aired television program where she discussed exclusively the obligations in this motherfucking case. So she upped the goddamn ante, Judge. I've received some numerous emails from producers of the show asking Mr. Peterson to come on and to give his side of the goddamn story. Obviously, he hasn't done that and is not going to do that. I also want to indicate that Mr. Peterson, out of concern that there might be some suggestion that he has something to do with the ghetto ass shit that goes on in this goddamn case and things being leaked, has refused, Your Honor, to accept any discovery in this case. Ms. Ta prepared it some time ago and had his name watermarked. It's watermarked on my copy of the goddamn discovery. I can say I am certain that whatever exists, if it is out there, will not have my motherfucking name on it or Mr. Peterson's name on it because he doesn't have a copy of the discovery. It's that part, Judge. This court is well aware now from our lengthy hearing last time, this is some interest to a particular demographic, the Black Twitter demographic. Their social media, they're young people. They talk about this case. But I can say with great certainty that it did not come from Mr. Peterson or from myself. Judge, all right, so we'll leave the pretrial conference on for July 28th so that Mr. Peterson, you're ordered to come back here at the time. You may remain released on bond that you posted. Anything else, nigga? Mrs. Holly, I just wonder, Your Honor. I know that Ms. Ta wanted to be here today, just in light of what we were discussing last time. I wonder if the court has any objection to having him having 977 on that day, since we'll just be discussing updates. Judge, any objection to that, anyone? The DA, I do have an objection to that bullshit. I understand that Ms. Hardy's concern, Mr. Peterson, as I can see. However, given the nature of the charges, the issue we have states every single time, try to address something substantive to some degree. I think it's important he's here for the court appearance. Judge, I'll order him back for the 28th of July, so we'll see you back at that time. Thank you and good fucking riddance. I'm just going to drop the goddamn link because all I know, baby, is when this one here gets to talking and she brings.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
We're going to get to the motherfucking truth, baby, when they bring that one to the goddamn stand, baby. We gone. Get to the whole truth and nothing but the truth, baby. When we get Miss Mamas to the whole stand, girl. Because Miss Kelsey, 2 years later, still wants to know.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that
Miss Kelsey, baby, gonna make sure to request to the judge. Okay, that Miss Stallion is in the court when she grabs the microphone because she wants to look her dead in her lace front and say,
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
Period, girl. She's still here for that part of the conversation. Still. She sure is, girl. She still dialing Meg's own phone number, girl. Leaving this voicemail.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
Period. So I'm gonna drop the motherfucking link. And I'm gonna let you all come up here, girl, and give your thoughts, girl, because y'all already know what my dissertation is, girl. Y'all already know what my conspiracy theory is, girl. Okay? Mods, can y'all run that link? Rotate that link. I'm gonna read some of these comments, girl. I think it was either Herbo or Party. Rock Nation knows the truth. And they know that Meg really don't know how she was injured. She was under the influence. Yep, all of them was. Did someone just say that Tory pointing the finger at her now? Kelsey already sent the text to the bodyguard saying Tory shot Meg. She can't refute that. Who cares who fucking whom? I want to know who shot ya. Hey, what's going on, Just Naya? Hey, love, welcome to the platform, darling.
Hey, how are you?
I am awesome, Sauce. What are your thoughts about this Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez goings-ons? There are leaked information. DJ Akademiks fucking shit up for Tory. They're trying to figure out if this would even go to trial because of insufficient evidence. Allegedly, there's gunpowder all up on Kelsey's goddamn elbows and underneath the goddamn press-on nails and shit. It's just a lot of bullshit. You got eyewitnesses from mayonnaise neighbors who woke up at 4:30 in the morning, girl, sleeping with their goddamn animals and all type of damn bestiality, talking about they went outside when they heard all this goddamn nigga loud ass goddamn music playing in this ghetto ass blacked out SUV, and they say that they saw Megan Thee Stallion getting jumped and monkey stomped by the niggas, by the bitches. I mean, all type of shit going on. Just Naya, what you think?
The ghetto. And I feel like, to be honest, I feel like I'm surprised it's not thrown out. Only because of all the public stuff that's coming out. Usually cases like that, when there's too much talking or information coming out, usually it ends up getting thrown out because it's too muddy. But for me, honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm ready to find out. I'm tired. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. Like, okay, so did he do it or not? This is longer than Tupac and freaking Biggie right now. Like, hello. Like, can we get to the point?
Maybe
like,
even their case is closed.
At least we knew what the beef was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I'm confused. There's too much stuff going on. Then the whole Kelsey situation and the new information about, maybe Kelsey was the one that shot her. And then did you hear the little rumor that maybe Kylie was in the car with them? I'm like, okay, now y'all doing too much now. I said, y'all doing too much. I said, how the fuck this? I said, don't we put that little white girl in the middle of this? She don't want nothing to do. You saw the minute that this stuff happened, she cut Megan off. She just became friends with her. She was Megan's friend for 2 days. And then soon as this happened, gone. She said, I said, you think this girl's gonna be in a car with these people? I don't think so. But
did you hear that I think it was a day or two later, after the news had broke that Megan had got shot at her feet, that allegedly Kylie had posted a picture of her foot.
Oh no, it was a video actually. It was a video. She started showing her new car. And she put her foot, it was an SUV too. It was an SUV, it was pink. She put her foot right on by like the driver area, and she just like the video was basically just on that one foot. Like she just kind of like, and I'm like, if you're showing us your new car, why is it focused on your foot? Like, is this like a foot fetish thing you doing?
Turn up with that foot thing.
Is it for the foot fetish people in the back? Like, what is this? Like, it was very weird. But you know how that family is. You know how they are.
Because it was an Illuminati humiliation ritual.
Definitely.
That bitch was taunting.
It's like it was like killing two birds with one stone. They doing both of them at the same time. Megan and Tory. But I feel like with Tory, his reasoning on why they're attacking him is because Tory's not signing. Tory's still independent. And he's still making money. He was still collaborating with big names. Like, he didn't need the machine behind him. So I feel like his is more of an attack. Hers is more of an initiation. Because, you notice as soon as after that happened, the week later, she was on stage.
She blew up.
Right, doing WAP and all that stuff. I'm like, how? Me? And I've been a dancer all my life. Like, I've done ballet, gymnastics. Like, I've done runway because I'm a model. So I do those things. And me, I know for a fact, no matter how strong I am, how, like, I'm good with pain and all that stuff. If I get popped or even grazed by no bullet, I am not. Even if I could, I would not, just because of my brain, like the psychological trauma that I would have to even try to dance or do anything right away. Because like I'm thinking like, okay, y'all need to give me a break, like a month or something. And nobody would have fought her for that. You know what I mean? Because how you just dance just off, like, to me, because the way they said that she got shot, I really thought that it went through her foot. So I'm thinking like,
she posted pictures of the injury and it was a grazing, like,
yeah, it was like literally off the skin. Like she was lucky. Like if this was a setup type situation, huh?
Megan been dragged for her feet her whole career, and it do look like she got a Kuta Kente going on from the ankle down.
She do got some strong ass feet.
Too much worse, baby. Okay, she got antimadium and shit in them goddamn feet, Gworlll.
Yeah, I guess that dance life is still totally different than ballet, honey. Because yeah,
them feet were made for walking, so they understood the goddamn assignment that night.
No, for real.
Had her feet been pretty and frail, them
them things gonna shoot, her foot would have shattered.
Yeah, it would have blew her goddamn toes off. But them feet, she had war feet on. So, they can endure. They can endure for a night, honey. Joy is coming in. Surgery coming in the morning.
No, for real.
I want to welcome Vanessa. I probably fucked that up to the platform. Are you there, love? Can you hear me, darling? Going once. Going twice. Back to the seat.
But why did you use that picture?
Because I'm curious to know how the rest of his goddamn scalp is holding up under all this damn stress. Because if this is what the man looked like prior,
my hair would have fell all the way out
to the stress. But I mean, he must be full lacing it up at this damn point. But who do you think actually pulled the trigger? Like, who do you think actually?
Oh my God. Okay, so when she went on the whatever show it was, honestly, I'm half high right now, so whatever show she was on, and when she was like, he got up and he shot over the thing, I was thinking to myself, like, because everybody's like, how did he shoot over? He's mad little. And I'm like, it's an SUV. There's steps. So I could see how he could, like, stand over the, like, you know how, like, the steps and then you go to the door.
All he had to do was stand up.
Stand up, right, inside the car, and then boom, like, he could shoot her. Like, I could see how that could happen because that's perfect angle to shoot her feet, if you think about it, right? So I'm like, okay. But then when they came out and said that they were fighting her outside, like her and her best friend was fighting, and then she heard dance, bitch. I still feel like regardless of how you look at it, like it was him. Because even like you said, Chelsea texted the bodyguard that he shot her. But the thing is, the hour that she texted him was like hours after. So, like, was it a conversation they were having? Did he ask her a question? Like, did he say, what happened? And she goes, because all they show is that one part where she says, he shot Meg. Like, okay, but what was the context of the conversation for her to even tell him that hours later? It's not like it was, he shot her outside the car and then she gonna text him, because why would she text him if they're all together?
Right.
If we all outside the car, and even if he was inside the car and we're outside the car, I'm not gonna text, oh, he shot. I'm gonna yell like, this nigga shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just keep screaming it. I'm not gonna be texting you. That's weird. Number one, hello. We're from the hood. We're not. That's weird.
What if Chelsea allegedly and the bodyguard came to an agreement? Like, we need to fucking like send some shit through text or something to document that, to rule me and your ass out of this. So
right. But that's his boss though. But the bodyguard was Tory's bodyguard. Why would he plan with her to go against Tory? That's his boss. That's who he getting his money from.
Tory actually pulled the goddamn trigger, and ain't nobody gonna do no time for his ass.
No, you know what? You're right, because I wouldn't. If he pulled that trigger, I'm telling you, I wouldn't do it. I'm not one of them. I
told Tory, as long as they don't ask me who did it,
you fine.
Because ain't no way in hell. But do you think it's weird that nobody like that? Do you think it's weird that whoever the shooter is being protected by everybody else involved?
I do think it's weird.
They all know who did this, but none of them.
Nobody's just verbatim like
shooter.
Right. It's like at some point there's always somebody that's trying to protect something that's going on. It's like, okay, but what's the real story? Because I feel like, what if we're all saying all this and then it's not even nothing like we even, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if it's nothing like we're even told right now? Because what I wanted to see was if because you mean to tell me all these mansions and nobody got cameras outside their gate, and I know for a fact
they are supposed to be pulling like Ring cameras and shit.
Right. So that I feel like that should have been out. Because there's no way.
But from what I read, it seems like a lot of the footage, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like vague, because like you can see certain things going on in the car, but you can't really identify exactly.
Right. And that SUV don't got a camera. Like, I know a lot of them, like, that celebrities usually use, sometimes they have a camera inside. Kind of like, you know how like certain Uber drivers have a camera inside their SUV or their car or whatever. Like, I'm wondering, like, there's nothing in there. Like, you mean to tell me, like, there's no like Snapchat video like of inside the car, like y'all chilling, whatever. Because even when she said she was in the back seat, I didn't expect her to be. Number one, I thought maybe it would be her and Chelsea in the back together. Oh no, you know what I mean? Like her and Chelsea in the back, but then it's like it was Chelsea and Tory in the back together. But then she's in the front. But I'm like, okay, so how did the fight about you messing with Tory came about? Because if they in the back together, I would think that they together, right? Because what are they doing? If we all know you and Tory are the ones that's coupled up in public, that's what we seen. We thought Tory and Megan was out in public together, right? But if y'all leaving a party intimately, it's Tory and your best friend in the back seat and you in the front with the bodyguard. Like, that's weird to me.
See, because I'm pulling up. Because, see, I don't forgot some of the goddamn details. Because, you know, it's
when I mean, she said it in the interview. So that's what I'm thinking about. Like, that's weird. Because, like, I could have sworn we all knew that you was messing with him. Because even when Jay-Z had that party that he throws every year, that's when we saw them together, because that's when everybody started making jokes like, how is he getting with her? Like, he climbing her. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. So we already kind of knew, like, Tory and Megan been hanging out and together. So it's like, okay, if y'all together in public, but in the background, it's like him and Chelsea in the back seat. I'm like, how? Like, I would have thought it would have been y'all two in the back seat. Why is she in the front?
So apparently, like, they switched. It was a lot of switching seats going on, because there was a lot of stop, driving, and then driving.
Oh, okay.
Vanessa, can you hear me, love?
I'm here, babe. I'm
Okay, there you go.
I'm to this bonus, but I don't want no introduction. I just want to come in being regular.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
So, hey, how y'all doing?
Okay, how are you?
Awesome sauce.
I really agree with what you just said. It's almost like, you know how you be in an accident and
Mhm.
you know your kids went in the seatbelt and shit. So you trying to hurry up and do some stuff before the police come and stuff. So
Right.
like you're saying about switching the seats, it makes me wonder because how she in the front, then she in the back. You know, you got the witness saying that she came out the back seat, but then
Right.
somebody said she came out the front seat. So which one is it?
All these people have woke their ass up at 4:30 in the morning. So
For real.
niggas was a bumping of 2 Chainz and shit loud as hell from the damn SUV. But remember, there was a lot of fighting that led up to the shooting because remember, they all initially were seated and then at some point Kelsey started going at it and Megan had asked the driver to stop the car and then she got out in her bikini and sat at a bus stop and shit.
I don't know.
They were trying to
But then she got out and got back in the car, so that don't make
got out
sense.
and got
either.
back in.
Yeah, they call her back in.
And then she had got out again.
Mm-hmm.
And like as the fighting continued and shit, so it was all of that. But so this article that I brought up from the source is captioned the Los Angeles DA says there is substantive evidence to convict Tory Lanez of felony assault in Megan Thee Stallion's shooting. This week, there had been a lot of misinformation spread about the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. DJ Akademiks caught heat earlier this week for sharing a false report that said that none of Tory's DNA was found on the gun used to shoot Megan. Megan and reporters from the New York Post and Rolling Stone responded to AK saying that DNA hadn't even been introduced during the hearing. Okay, to clear things up, Los Angeles District Attorney's Office sent a statement to Hip Hop the X regarding the case, saying that they believe there is strong evidence that supports the charges against Lanez. Quote, although we are legally prohibited from commenting on the evidence and will continue to abide by the obligation, our office is under an ethical duty to only proceed on charges which we believe can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt and which have already been upheld by a judge after presentation of evidence at the preliminary hearing. The statement read, we believe the evidence substantially supports the charges and allegations, and that evidence will be borne out in court. Earlier this week, Megan revealed text messages that Tory Lanez sent her following the shooting, apologizing for what he did. However, Lanez still maintains his innocence and says that he was apologizing for sleeping with both her and her best friend, Kelsey.
And then she said they didn't sleep together. Okay.
Yeah, that part. My thing is, I was like, when it first happened, I was like trying to be there and support Megan because a lot of people don't support the victims that stuff happens to them. But at the same time, when Kelsey and her kind of fell out, I was like, okay. And then you know how you do that, come to find out. I'm like, the gunpowder was on Kelsey. So what really happened?
See, this is the thing, right? When it comes to this is my theory about that one. And this is going to sound very conspiracy, but this is my theory. My theory on that is you could go on Google right now and find a white boy that's going to teach you how to remove that from your hand. Okay? I feel like even if Tory did it, I feel like his people found a way to remove it, but she could have like grabbed it from his hand, or like let's say he shot, she grabbed the gun from him, or they tussle after that. Because if you see, you know what I'm saying? So maybe his people got it off his hand, but they're not thinking about her because obviously, like,
no, they're not gonna protect her.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, because I'm telling y'all, you could go on Google or even on the dark web and you could find somebody that could teach you how to remove that from your hand. That's just that's simple. And you know it's true because how many videos we know these YTs out here teaching people how to do crazy stuff. They teach you how to do all this stuff. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. That's all I'm saying. That's how I feel about that's my little theory on that one.
I think that my theory was that. Okay, hold on. We got other folks. Okay. Welcome to the platform, E. I'm gonna read this article, then I want E to jump in here. This is from TMZ. Megan Thee Stallion. Witness says
Hey, Boo, how are you?
Hey, love. Can you hear me? Uh-oh, I think you gotta. Can you hear me, E?
Yes.
Okay. I want to read this article, and then I want you to chime in.
Give me 1 second. Let me adjust my microphone.
Okay, cool. Megan Thee Stallion witness says she fought with female friend in SUV. Megan says it's irrelevant. Yikes. Update. Another interesting piece from yesterday's hearing. Holly tells us on cross-examination, Detective Stockner admitted that the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Mrs. Pete's ankles cannot be located anymore. Of course, if available, the fragments would be hard evidence to prove it was a bullet and not glass in Meg's foot. If they're missing, it leaves the door open for other possibilities. Megan's got big issues with what the independent witness told police about her arguing with Kelsey, and she makes a good point. Megan just tweeted, "I've been shot," and the focus of some of these headlines are dismissing that I was attacked with a weapon while I was unarmed and trying to paint it as a cat fight between friends. Somebody got a lot of feedback in their phone.
I'm on mute, but somebody got some stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's me.
It's like a lot of crackling. The fact is, even if there was a dispute, she says, with Kelsey inside the SUV, it's not. This is what the article says. We know Megan was shot while she was standing outside the vehicle. Megan's openly said she got out of the car because she didn't want to argue anymore, which makes the dispute almost irrelevant to the moment the trigger was pulled. An independent witness told cops they saw Megan Thee Stallion and her female friend Kelsey fighting just moments before Meg was shot in the foot. A piece of evidence Tory Lanez team feels cast serious doubt on what Meg said about him being the shooter. During Tuesday's preliminary hearing, a detective testified this independent witness, who allegedly saw the shooting happen, claimed the gun's muzzle flash went off closer to Kelsey than Tory. Tory's attorney, Sean Hawley, says that muzzle flash detail is corroborated by the gunshot residue found on the other female's hands, aka Kelsey's. She also tells us it was further established that Megan gave several inconsistent accounts of what happened that night and that she omitted key information to the police. Holly is almost certainly referring to what Meg first told responding officers, that she had glass and not a bullet in her foot. Meg later claimed she only said it was glass because she was afraid if she told cops there was a black man in the car with the gun that Tory could get shot along with the rest of them. Remember, this was the month after George Floyd was murdered. Still, Holly adds, quote, "We look forward to the opportunity to cross-examine her at trial about the numerous inconsistencies in her story." And it is going to be interesting to see how Megan holds up, because this is going to be one hell of a cross-examination. As we reported, a detective testified Tuesday that Megan claimed Lanez shouted, "Dance, bitch, dance," before shooting her in the foot, and that he later apologized from a jailhouse call to Kelsey for doing something while drunk, though he never specified what he had done. Okay, so this article refers to that muzzle flash detail, according to Tory's lawyers, corroborated by the gunshot residue that was found on Kelsey's hands. So, Miss E, welcome to the platform, love. What are your thoughts?
So for me, I'm still rolling with Meg. I have 5 sisters. Sisters go through things, we fight. Me personally, we've never had any issues as far as sleeping with each other's men, but things can get tricky when men get into the mix. So I'm rolling with the statement you made earlier. I think that was Megan's statement. That has nothing to do with it. We know that there was a confrontation between those two. I believe a fight took place. I believe Megan and Tory were sleeping together. I believe that 1000%. But I also believe Tory shot Megan. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can say that. But I believe that. And I believe that because we know that Tory is capable of lying. We know that he's lied before. We know immediately after, his camp went on a smear campaign to ruin Megan's credibility. And that's the first thing that they teach you. well, not the first thing, but it's one of the things they teach you in law school. When you put someone on the stand, even if it is a R-word victim, your job as a defense attorney, you are supposed to make this person seem as less credible as possible. So they were already in defense mode, and before we even found out what happened, and the fact that all of these men were coming out, I just feel like there's something there. Something happened, and if Kelsey did have that residue on her hands, which is possible, I believe she got it when she could have been tussling with Tory for the weapon. I mean, but I know for a fact, I remember Kelsey saying days after her and Megan spoke, they had been talking, even though they agreed not to be friends. If Kelsey was the one who pulled that trigger, I think that we would have heard something about that by now. I believe Megan would have said something. I hope she would have, because this is too big of a case to let something like this come out later.
I agree with that, Miss E, honestly.
But here's my only thing, E, is because, I mean, yes, I don't, I just have this feeling. I just don't. And I can't explain it. It's just a feeling.
You think she's lying?
I think that Megan. Well, okay, so because let me be careful about how I word this. If hypothetically, if Megan, let me put on my goddamn allegedly banner. What the hell is my damn allegedly? Everything stated here is goddamn allegedly. Okay, so because I have said this consistently, it's a lot going on in this situation. Everybody is pretty much convinced that Megan and Tory had a thing going on. Now the severity of that thing, whether it was sexual, whether it was more emotional than anything else, because they both lost their mother and there was a lot of trauma bonding that took place. When Megan answered to Gayle that, she didn't have a sexual relationship to Tory, I can believe that. I know that a lot of women in hip hop have a persona and have an alter ego, and they don't even do half the shit that they rap about. They're not even gutter and promiscuous in that way. But I can also, considering that both of them lost their mom, can see how they got rather close and probably had some cuddle sessions or whatever. Or maybe it was sexual. I don't know. It's probably irrelevant. What I do believe is that Kelsey had dibs on Tory first. And I do believe that Megan was aware that her friend liked Tory. I don't believe that Meg intentionally got close to Tory. I think it just organically happened. And when it happened, I don't think she backed down from whatever the vibe was, because I feel like Megan just probably didn't feel like she owed Kelsey that.
So that means they're not close friends though, Conscious, because
it's been rumored that. Well, apparently, I mean, it's rumored that Megan can't keep no female friends, and that she has a pattern of violating girl code in various ways.
That's why I said things can get sticky. That's why I said things can get sticky with other girls unintentionally, as to what you said, that trauma bond. And even if it wasn't intercourse, it was sexual contact. Even from the pictures that I saw, it was inappropriate. And so I don't think that negates her and Kelsey being close. I just think Megan she drinks a lot, she parties, she's young. I think she got caught up. And that's not to excuse that behavior, but that doesn't let Tory off the hook either.
Well, let's hear from Kelsey again.
Come to find out, I was on first.
I gotta laugh at that one.
And listen to the rest of her commentary.
That ain't right, because you're supposed to be my best. You're supposed to be my best friend. We laugh at bitches that do that shit to each other. We're not supposed to do that shit to each other.
Okay, something that I gotta ask you, Conscious. She said, come to find out, you're supposed to be my best friend. Okay, have we researched and found out how long they supposed to been close? Was they close before she got famous? After she got famous?
There was another girl right before Kelsey. Right when Megan started, like there was another girl right before Kelsey that she was best friends with.
Okay, and then they fell out.
Yeah. And then
Okay, so
Kelsey
what did
became
they
number
fall out
one.
about?
It was three of them. Kelsey was there too in the background though. Like she wasn't the main friend. It was another girl that was the main friend. And then I guess when they fell out, I don't know why they fell out, but I know they just don't talk. It
Okay, see
wasn't a
that's the
public
thing.
thing.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, so you had close friends before you got famous and you fell out with this one right here you've been chilling and kicking it with, and now y'all falling out about a whole nigga or whatever. Excuse me, I don't want to say it, but I'm just here. So, like you said, it's a pattern. All right, moving on from that, it's a pattern. How close were y'all? Were y'all close for a year, 2 years,
It
3
was.
years, 4
I
years?
don't know if it even matters because in her
I don't know.
mind, as far as she's concerned, this
There should have been loyalty there.
like her and
No, it should have been there. I ain't gonna lie and say that. It should have been loyalty even after a year, 6 months, 2 months. But at the end of the day, how close were y'all? How long were y'all friends?
close enough for her to feel like if I told you that I'm on this nigga's head and like I'm expecting you not to definitely be a bitch, I got to fight to keep his attention.
But you know, you have females that do that and they only close long or whatever.
And
then
every female is hurt when it happens and chew the weave out of a bitch head over violating our girl code every time.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Okay, so we just put
As they should.
So we just put Megan in the same category as Portia Gubadia. Don't leave the man alone.
Not Portia Gubadia.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh because that was funny, but it was real, but it was funny.
I want to welcome a Queen intro and then a Nakia Parker to the platform. A Queen intro. Welcome, love. What are your thoughts?
Thank you. Hello everybody.
Okay.
I have a okay, we keep saying they friends and no, it don't matter because if you call yourself a friend, you know, my man should be off limits to you. You know, I have a way of thinking like, okay, say I like a woman's man and you know, I ain't gonna speak to her. I ain't gonna have no words for her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep we're not gonna be in each other's vicinity. And so to me, I feel like that don't matter. Once you know, establish friendship, you shouldn't even much be messing with her man. But how we keep saying that was Chelsea man? Because Chelsea, when did you recognize that they were together, that they had a thing going on? Because everybody else knew.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I keep going back to this little one picture in my head with Tory behind Meg up against on a red carpet somewhere.
Yeah, the Jay-Z party.
He putting his, you know, like he going at her butt and you know he hitching himself up and you know behind her. Okay, girl, when you found out that they was messing with each other, because then you went to a party with her and him.
Yeah.
I thought they said that Kelsey had COVID, and that's when her and
she don't watch TV. She don't keep up with social media. That's her man. That's her man. If we're gonna say that's the Chelsea man, Chelsea, when you missed it, and then then you came in realization in the limo.
Let me play devil's advocate though.
It was probably exacerbated too by liquor and
and
everything else, and the tension and whatever pre-existing tension was already in the underbelly. And when Megan was tripping over leaving without Tory Lanez, I think that is what triggered Kelsey ass to fuck up, and she couldn't act like she couldn't act like it wasn't obvious at that point. Like, you know how when you're trying to convince yourself
I go because to be honest,
hold on, because we got to keep the context here. She also works for Megan, so this is her boss. So there's a lot of, so she's going to be slow to anger. She's going to be slow to address this issue because it ain't like Megan is just some regular bitch. She can just come up to her livelihood is kind of wrapped up in this woman. Her access to the industry is wrapped up in this woman. So Kelsey was probably going to yield a bit of long suffering to Megan before the kettle black.
And right, and to be honest,
Somebody got some crackers.
to be
I
honest,
don't know. I just feel
I
like
don't know what that is.
to me, if you had this assumption in your brain, your attitude, your persona, everything gonna change. It's gonna shift. I can see what you're saying. Go along to get along type thing. But okay, if it was so enraged till it got to this level, then it had to been brewing. Okay, you witnessing them because they did a lot of on live at the little white girl house. And I think it's amazing how they have definitely omitted her from the situation. Because I feel like whatever sparked the situation, see, you had a moment where Meg literally left the scene, the white girl's house.
And I agree with you.
And then come back. And say, take all my stuff out this car here and put it in Tory car. And baby, look at here. And you know what I'm saying? And if we get to that level, I'ma say, okay, if Meg, let's say Meg was the strong, put down a stronghold and put her foot down and say, "Oh, this gonna be mine no matter what. I don't care who like it, dislike it, whatever." Okay, then where does that leave Chelsea? So you saying Chelsea and Meg was in the back seat at one time?
They were.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
we didn't have to get out the limo. We ain't had to get out the limo to start fighting. We had to get out the limo. But kind of just that little pea shooter thing that you showed, the little army green pea shooter, that belongs to a female all day, every day.
A pea shooter?
The little pew pew that you
said what she said now.
You know the little pea shooter that you showed that was supposed to be allegedly we're gonna say allegedly was supposed to be the gun. That little thing that was it was so cute. That was a cute little gun. That belonged to a female.
Yeah.
See, I don't know nothing about guns.
But that was a little cute. That's a little something you can have in your little purse, girl.
Can I just say this though? Just one comment. Because when you said the thing about the party and how she didn't know, to be honest, like, what if she asked her, like, what was up with that at the Jay-Z party? And she said, "Oh, girl, it's an event and we friends and they just wanted us to take a picture and we were trying to be funny." You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she played it off like they were just trying to be funny when they took pictures like that with each other?
My question is about that is that Megan was so ready to go when Tory was giving Kay, I ain't gonna give her the name. Kay,
YT.
With that stuff. So why she was so ready to go? She felt so jealous hearted about that, and it was like, okay, so now hold on, I gotta put.
Man, somebody done did something.
That's the police.
No, I got put you on me because the ambulance went by. But she felt like somewhere when she was ready to go, and that would make Kelsey feel like, or be like, why you so ready to go? This is supposed to be my nigga, so why you so upset of him flirting with her? If anybody's supposed to be mad, it should be me.
Okay, and then from right there, okay, we get to that level, and then Meg leave. Then she come back, and then she switch cars.
Right.
And Chelsea, you follow into Tory's car with Tory's security guard, and Meg still holding law. What she doing? I'm trying to figure her out in the midst of everything. Cause how you put your foot down?
Hello?
I think she got kicked.
But she was on to something out.
Right. Yeah. I was trying to figure out what she was trying to say.
She was on to something just now.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, love.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Your thoughts on?
So I'm just confused. Like, first off, you can't really. I don't care. It's girl code. You can't sleep with my dude, whether we friends, best friends, yesterday's friends, or tomorrow's friends. Like, don't sleep behind me because that's nasty, and I might bust you in your head. And as far as the gun and a 22, honestly, people use 22 so that the bullet don't go through. A 22 bullet will travel through your body. A 9, you got a chance of hitting that person and somebody else by accident. But it's like, me personally, I do think Kelsey shot her. I don't, because she doesn't know who shot her. And that's the main thing. I don't see, like, what would be his reasoning for shooting her? Because he fucked her? I'm not about to
Exactly.
shoot.
And
I'm
that's
not
the
about to shoot you
point.
because I fucked you. I fucked you and your homie. It is what it is.
And that's the point. Like, for everything of what happened, what was the point of shooting at or shooting somebody because of some mess like this? It don't make
Right.
sense. I
I would
can't
see.
really understand why you gonna shoot at somebody for fucking your nigga, or this guy gonna shoot you for telling, or the argument. It don't make any sense. Why we
No,
gotta put
now,
It
in
don't.
this situation?
now I do. I feel
I
like,
can
yeah,
understand.
you might get shot for sleeping with somebody's nigga. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
life.
people
But I
get
don't see the
open.
nigga.
I mean, that's true, but still, it's not supposed to be like that, because at the end of the day, it's like it's so much pussy and there's so much dick out there. You shouldn't even
Yeah,
be
but you do
wanting to
not
shoot
sleep
somebody.
with nobody behind your homie, dog. Like, I beat the
All right.
shit out my cousin for doing that one time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't sleep behind your people. Don't sleep
But
with
you,
nobody behind me.
Real talk.
but you said
Like,
But it's an
why
ass
would,
whooping
but you
though.
said
It's an
why
ass
would
whooping. You
Tory,
fight. You fight. You don't shoot. You fight.
but
yeah,
you
but
said
But
it
why
then,
it
would
but
don't
yet
Tory
matter.
Chelsea
shoot
speaks as
Megan?
if this has went on before though.
But you said why
Right,
would Tory shoot Megan?
right.
Tory
Why
probably,
would he shoot
but
her?
the shot happened after the tussle between Megan and Kelsey. So for all we know, Megan was whooping to Kelsey like, because Megan is a big girl. For all we know, it could have been a warning shot.
All
I mean,
she
we
had to
don't
do was
know.
hit her ass to her knees, and she would have dropped baby. We're not
And
talking.
she said in her little rap song, yeah, because I snatched your chain. So I feel like she felt like she had the ups on Chelsea. Like that's how she spoke about it. Like whatever
But that
went
would be
on,
the motive.
she handled that. Like
But
because
that would be the motive.
But I'm
That
gonna piggyback off of one of y'all, which I said, because two of y'all was talking at the same time.
I'm
But
sorry.
a
I'm
warning
sorry.
shot is like in the air or something. You don't
Mm-hmm.
shoot at somebody to
Mm-hmm.
warn them. You shoot it in the air. You don't shoot at somebody. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense.
but who shoots at someone's foot though?
I got brothers.
The one
My
who said
brother
dance, bitch.
is mad.
Exactly.
I'm gonna laugh because
I
hell,
got
this
brothers.
ain't got nothing to do with me.
And all my brothers is trifling. Okay. If you think my brothers ain't ran through some shit, my brother's not about to shoot no coochie just because they had the coochie. Okay, bitch, you mad. Have a good day. I'm about to
And
probably
that's
go
why
fuck
I
your
don't
homie.
believe Tory Lanez shot her.
No, let me tell
That's
you what.
the only
I
reason.
believe this is my little conspiracy theory, y'all. Meg and Chelsea are pretending to be mad at each other. And they done swung the whole thing to Tory. I was with Meg and I keep looking at them and it just don't sit right because you were aware. You can't say you wasn't aware, Chelsea. I don't care how you put it. Look, there's a thing overindulging. Y'all could have been even doing it, say, for PR, and all of this here. But no, you knew it went further before that night. So you and Meg, Meg done said that before. Me and my girls, that's how we rock. We both be on that nigga. We going in his pockets. We getting his cash either way it go. If I can't get it, she gonna get it. Just she's
That's
spoken like that
nasty.
before.
That's STDs and
But that's
nastiness.
the
And
We're
kind
not
I
of
about to
can
that's
do
the
go
that.
kind of
there,
little
but
who
that's a
chicks. That's
whole
the
nother
kind of
conversation for another day. I can go
yeah.
there, but that's a whole nother
Yeah.
conversation for another day. Because
But that's how
really,
they done talk. That's how she talked. That's how they have made references. I've heard Meg say several things on that level just in brief conversation and then just swing on by. And so I've always kind of gathered in my head, oh, okay, so she wanting, well, okay, there's Chef Man and all of this here. What kind of mess. But I've heard her speak. I've heard her say just as well as I heard her say, she want to be friends with everybody in the industry. She want to do some work with everybody. She think it should be girl power type thing. You know what I'm saying? I've heard her sit down and speak as if her and her friend have no problem sharing a man. That's why I'm so concerned about when did Chelsea recognize and why
but
I get so mad and
have
then
y'all
still get
pay
in the car?
attention to the way she rolled and the way she moved? Megan Thee Stallion was with Nicki at one point. Then she was with Cardi. and then she,
They had beef. That don't mean I have to beef with you because you beef with her. And why can't I not work with you on that level? That's that don't even make no sense to me. And when she was first coming the door, she was one of those people that say, I hope all female rappers we can get together like the men do, and blah 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 blah. I really won't work with everybody.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel nothing against her with that. But I'm just saying in how she swing conversation and how she speak, she is also spoken a manner of, yeah, me and my friends are share nigga. We both will get that nigga. We both will break that bank out for him. We'll both get that money out of him.
At this point with her and Kelsey and Tory Lanez, she said that.
And I think they're pretending. I think they're pretending to be mad with each other.
And see, that's my
point. Because
like
Chelsea has the majority of the majority of the residue on the gunpowder residue on her. She has the majority of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might have cross exchanged what you call them, but I think Meg, and I think that's where the phone call came in a little later than immediate response. And oh my God, this is what happened. Guess what? Oh my God, Tory, he done did this. He done shot me. No, you don't wait no 3 hours. Everything done settled down. You done got to the police station and been questioned. She'd have been to the hospital and she'd have been questioned and it turned over to no. Actually, this is bullet frame, boom. And then you say to her body going like you calling him and catching him up on some stuff. No, that don't happen no 3 hours later. But if you got two females that's sitting in the hospital together, how we gonna do this? Oh Lord, now they know that's really bullet frame. They might have not intended for it to even get to the police. Period. The people, the neighborhood called the police in on the situation. Meg got back in the car because she got shot. Period. She got shot in her foot, and she still got back in that car. She didn't think it was that bad. She got back in that car. Exactly. So there was still a level of protection that was still going on. And oh Lord, we not finna mess with these. We out here by these YT people, and you know what I'm saying. We not finna do this here, girl. We gonna let's back out of this here. So I could still see them sitting there, but once when that surgeon stepped in and said, "Nah, this is not a glass plate. This what this is," and then you're gonna have to go through this here. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna say? You know what? Texas say Tory shot me.
Queen intro.
I get what you're saying, but Conscious, the question I have to ask you. Go ahead, because I'm gonna let you talk.
Because that's a very intriguing set of circumstances for sure. But my only thing is, if Megan and Kelsey are in on this together, they could have brought past a rinky-dink text message to the bodyguard, and they both just could have agreed that, girl, we both gonna be eyewitnesses to the fact that this nigga shot me, because Kelsey was in a position to be able to say, yes, I saw Tory shoot Megan. Like,
but see, Tory feel like one of them is his girl. I don't know which one he consider his girl, but I'm guessing. And I bet more on Chelsea in the situation that he was trying to protect her. Because see, when Chelsea went to say, oh no, he shut her up. He shut Chelsea up. And he the one verifying to everybody that Chelsea didn't shoot me. You know what I'm saying? He the one that's making it. He the one come out. And if you weren't gonna say nothing else, no, let me set this down now. No, I got this here. Be quiet. I got this here. Chelsea ain't shoot me. See, Tory called himself protecting Chelsea, and Meg and Chelsea gonna protect Chelsea. That's how I feel. I'm because it's just too much. It's too much confusion in it. But I can see I can see all of the black folks did not want the police to be involved in a situation. Them nosy neighbors, them 4 o'clock in the morning come out. He just know they the one that put everything in the mix. Just like she said, it don't matter because they was fighting. It don't matter because that's still my girl. But for the public, for right now, why this going on? Girl, yeah, go ahead and make a little diss album to me, little diss song to me, girl. Make your little snaps out of this here. Hey. I could see them as friends pulling this off.
I don't have that much energy to do that. I will put in my 2 weeks notice. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
period.
me and you on the same level, of course, baby. It's especially not no man. I'm just not going there. If I gotta beef with another woman about a man, baby, he belong to you, child, girl. That's yours. I don't. The sin of another woman is so not good for me. No, thank you. No, ma'am.
But you
You
got
can go that way, cause when you make me feel like I ain't the one, baby, you gotta go.
consideration too, Queen Intro is actual eyewitnesses who actually saw Kelsey and Kelsey
Fight.
and Megan. Yeah, like
Right. That's why I say they working together because they both have not said anything about that. It's like that's non-existent. Like Meg just recently said, why does that matter?
but you gotta understand it's rumors because Megan said that right after the shooting, Tory offered her $1 million
So be quiet.
to be quiet, and people
And
have
that's why I want to play the devil's advocate on that.
Conscious, which
people have been alleging that Kelsey took a payout, and that's why she ain't coming to Megan's rescue. Because once again, if they end on this together, they literally could just like Kelsey and Megan would be teaming up. Like, yeah, I saw that nigga shoot her. Yeah, I heard dance bitch. Yes, like she could easily just act as a cooperating witness to
not right now,
Tory,
but in court.
two together.
But why Tory feels so cool and okay to say things and do things and stuff like that and show
Because
up
he's an arrogant, my
that
baby. I'm
she's
sorry.
at
He's so ignorant,
and be
arrogant.
okay with that?
I've been listening to Tory for so long, Jesus Lord, till it's not funny.
I don't really
And
fuck with him,
I
so
don't
I'm
like
just
him for this. I don't like him for this here. I adore everything about him, his music, but you call him, but I can tell you he's an arrogant person. When he decided to go on the stage dressed in a costume on Baby to go, he was taunting her. And this one made me feel like, yeah, you guilty because you keep going too far. Is like to like override her. One of my favorite content creators on YouTube was one of the first people to say, this is about they both were sleeping together. Tory fed her that. Tory fed Akademiks too. They just you watermarked it after you sent it off, girl. You watermarked it after you made a copy. Girl, get on about your business. We not worried about what that lawyer saying. Them people pull all kind of scams and do all kind of stuff behind. That's why I believe somebody took those bullets. They didn't just walk. They didn't just get misplaced. But see, if we trying to make it not even be an issue. And I see a lot of that too in the situation. It's like, okay, is everybody trying to throw monkey wrenches in the situation so it could just go away? Because that's kind of what they wanted in the first place, not to even be in front of these people. And is they just slinging different little, scenarios, and it's more or less these officials that they don't want to press the charges. They felt like they had ample enough evidence to go ahead on and press charges. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't still nothing that she even proposed. There's nothing that was saying that in the report. She said, okay, all right, you say that's bullet framings. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now what happened. That's not what it was. It just went from glass to bullet fragments.
So
She still was keeping a level of I'm not saying nothing.
But see, that goes in line with what I was saying initially. Because when you said that he went on stage and he was taunting her, I agreed 10,000%. That's exactly what he was doing. But I could see Kelsey and Megan working together, but I just don't think that's the case. I believe that Tory, if Kelsey pulled the trigger, it was Kelsey and Tory both. I believe they both did it at the same time. That's probably why they both have gun residue. I mean, they both have their hands on the weapon. That's the only thing I can see. But Tory has something to do with it.
Somebody said it.
What?
No, what I was trying to say. Somebody said it.
Okay.
Both of them having the tussle with the gun and it went off, and maybe it was shot accidentally. But Tory had his hand on it, and I believe he has
Not
some.
4-5 times though. You don't accidentally shoot. How many bullets discharges did they have?
I don't think nobody accidentally
even if they was
shot
airborne,
Megan.
if they were shooting in the air. What about the one that went toward her foot?
I don't think nobody accidentally shot Megan, but I think something happened But now it's like they trying to keep it under wraps about what happened. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's another story for another day. This is also a distraction, and y'all got to understand that as well. As you want to know what's going on, but you got to understand that's a distraction. But that's another story for another day, because I can go deep and I can go through a rabbit hole about that, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay. I have a question.
Mhm.
So we really, well, not we, because I know what I think. Because at 38, baby, somebody was fucking. So niggas really feel like she ain't fuck this nigga in real life. Like in real life, this, like, cause yeah, nah.
I've been close to men, and people would have swore that we were having sex and we weren't. I
Yeah,
mean, how could you be deceived? I believe there was sexual contact of some sort, but I don't know if it was intercourse. Do you believe it was intercourse?
I
I
kept going
think
back and
he
looking at
opened
this because
your
my
leg
first
and he
impression was she
put
was
his thing in
lying.
there and they had sex. Like he penetrated her.
At first, let me tell you something. I looked at that and I was like, now you know Megan knows she lying. You
Yeah,
know she
like your
just at this
response.
first race. But I went back and looked again. And let me tell you something. If you have, like before, you get in that interview, you say, hey, I can't talk about this per se. I can't talk about this. And, could you please not ask me? And I think that's what that response was. Didn't I ask you not to ask me that?
Wait, because my
So
mama
since you
watched
want to play
it
with me, I'm
too.
going to tell you no.
My
Because I
mama
asked you not, huh?
my mama watched it and my mama said, Key. I said, yeah, ma. She said, you know that little girl lying, right? I said, ma, I know. Like I mean, it's just who shot
I
you?
thought so at first too. I ain't gonna lie.
But
I
they
thought so
was
at first
sleeping.
too. Then I went back. I kept saying, I said, you know what? If she told her, don't question her, don't ask her that. She
But you don't
paused
have
on her
that.
like, girl, I know you just didn't ask.
But you
I
don't
think that
really.
was
You can
more
tell them
of
what
what I read.
you don't want them to ask you. But
I'm
that
guessing.
don't mean they gotta follow the law, the rules. You can tell me you don't want me to ask you nothing. I'm gonna still ask you, did you fuck him?
Right. And that what that
Yeah.
pause was. So girl, you still going, so what if I ask you about, is you really Oprah husband? You know what I'm saying, girl? I'd have just stung her
But
too.
Gail
Oh
wasn't
no, wait,
on.
girl,
But
we
Gail
asked the
wasn't the person that
question.
was being interviewed. Like, so whether Gail is Oprah husband or not, which she probably is too. But I mean, whether they
No,
husband and
she
wife
is
or not, but
allegedly.
Gail won't.
Allegedly on here, please. Yes, ma'am.
Gail wasn't the person that was being interviewed, so Gail didn't have no reason to tell her anything. Bitch, I'm asking you questions. You is right here in front of me. I got the fucking paper. Hello.
Yeah, but
Good morning.
I've heard like back the scenes. I was only saying that because I've heard back this, back behind scenes. It's kind of a layout of what we gonna talk about, what subjects we gonna be communicating about. Hey, maybe we gonna throw my upcoming album in there. We gonna talk about this and that in this column. But please, I prefer if really you don't ask me about this.
She
And
should not have done that
she should
interview.
have talked to a
Well,
Caucasian person with her
yeah,
interview
she
then
should not have
because
done
we
that.
not
Because
doing
that
that.
was one of the first things that was said. Like I said, my favorite YouTuber, Baby Tasha K, that was the first thing she ever said on the situation. They were fighting over dick. They were fighting over dick.
But
She didn't mean to shoot her.
she just don't know who shot her. And I don't know who shot her. Me personally, I just don't see his little stuff. He just so little, Lord. What Lord have
Uh,
mercy.
uh,
Yes, he is.
Tory
They
Lanez
say big
has
things come
a
in small
very
packages, though.
Tory Lanez is definitely. I mean, he has a history of violence in the industry. He has a history of lying as well. So he also his
Right.
credibility is
He's
completely.
a Napoleon.
And
So can I
he's a
ask you
violent
this?
person, believe it or not.
He's a
Can I ask
He's
you
a
this,
Napoleon.
violent
Conscious?
person, yeah. He's been in like a lot of altercations. He's been in a
But
lot of
does that
situations. You know
but
what I'm
can I
saying?
ask you this,
Male, female.
CTV? Does that make him does that mean he did this though? I done did a whole lot of
No,
shit
that don't
running out
mean he
here in
did
these
this.
streets.
I agree
But
with you there. No, it doesn't.
I,
But
I
it
can't
does show
Well, I mean,
behavior.
it doesn't help with
yeah,
the
it
fact
doesn't
that
help.
it don't help that that's his history, and then it don't help that it was his gun.
I mean, true. I just
and it doesn't like it just like like it all just kind of builds upon itself in a way, kind of to like a natural, reasonable doubt conclusion. Like, yeah.
Y'all don't pay me no attention. I be on the fence because I got 3 brothers, so I don't have no sisters. It's just me. So I be on the fence because I don't really. I don't know who shot Sugarfoot, but I just feel like I guess.
Well, can I ask a question real quick? I want to know what his motive.
It's all right.
Right. Good question.
Hold on, y'all. I was just about to get to you, Kevin. Welcome to the platform, Kevin. And yes, you can ask your question.
Thank you. I just want to know, hey, CTV, how you doing, sir?
Hey,
I just want to know what's his motive. I mean, I'm hearing all of these things, and I'm not saying that everything that everybody's saying in one way or another can't possibly make sense. But what I can't wrap my head around is what reason does this man, other than it possibly being accidental, being accidental, what motive does he have to shoot Megan?
So
I mean,
I want to answer that question first. Considering like all of the reports and the transcript from the preliminary hearing regarding like the investigation and everything that was said and blah 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 blah. So short men are considered to have like inferiority complex and a Napoleon complex, and allegedly, like, I don't know whether Tory Lanez was trying to distract Megan from arguing with Kelsey when everything was hitting the fan and coming out about their entanglement, and so he started arguing with Megan about music, and then we know, and ain't no telling how much Megan started talking shit because she was already frustrated. She's already annoyed. Kelsey going fucking ballistic, come to find out. And then now he talking his shit. So I can just imagine the way that Megan might have been emasculating the fuck out of Tory Lanez ass in that front seat and was going off talking all of her plan B shit to that nigga. And and then considering that it's late at night, everybody's exhausted. They all are liquored up. The inhibitions are completely lost at this point, and so everybody is a little irrational and vibrating low as fuck emotionally. So I just think it could have been a combination of the moment. Like he just could have got fed up. He pulled out the gun allegedly, you know. So I mean, why he did that? Or was it to intimidate everybody, to shut everybody the fuck up? Did he plan on shooting it? Did Kelsey get frustrated and grab it out of his lap and they start tussling for it? But I'm just thinking that initially I was thinking the same thing, Kevin, that this probably was accidental, but it was probably off the heels of her shattering, because we know that a black man is not going to compete, especially not a cis hetero black man cannot compete with a black woman in a verbal altercation. So I know she was chewing his motherfucking ass up in that issue. I know with Megan, I can just imagine how Megan's 7'11" NBA tall ass was just in there. She already Amazonian built to his ass, so she already got the physical height. And then she's talking all that bad bitch shit that his ass ripping off into his hair, his charts, his numbers, his metrics. I mean, hey,
I get it. Can I say something to that though? I see that rage. I see both sides of it, but can you see the rage of a woman sitting there finding out that her best friend is fucking her man? That rage is heavy. That part is just as heavy as the part that you're speaking about. And I find it more likely that will bring somebody to shoot somebody than the first one, than emasculating somebody about music. And this little man hits men. Why didn't he hit Megan? If she was all in his face like that and he got a temper and he throws off and he gets physical with grown men, this Amazonian woman is like a man. Why didn't he go swing on her? It just doesn't. That's not funny. It does. Well, I'm not disrespecting her. I'm just saying that size is not a factor for this little guy. And I know about a little guy man complex. I'm 6'2". I done dealt with many a little men. What I'm saying is, I feel like this woman would be more upset if I were in the position that she were in. I would be livid. I can't say I would necessarily shoot somebody, but that's enough to take you over the edge. And I can't. I feel more
I would
like
agree
she
with
did
you
that.
100%.
Especially
But
if you're
my
in
thing is,
hold
when
on,
did she
hold
know
on,
that?
hold on.
And I think that's the thing we're trying to
Hold
understand.
on. Especially if you're in the vehicle with somebody who is denying, pissing you off even more, because Megan could have been defecting like a motherfucker, probably not even wanting to engage. I cannot see Megan feeling like she owed Kelsey anything, because she is the bad bitch in the situation. She's the boss.
Right.
She's
right.
That's true.
HBIC in the situation. I'm not gonna argue with you about no nigga, because as far as I'm concerned, they all mine anyway, bitch. So, like I can see her not even feeling like, girl, like police, like, and probably pressing on Kelsey nerve. And see, I kept in the context Kelsey's whole relationship, because I don't think it was. I think the Tory Lanez situation, if it's true that Kelsey pulled the trigger, if you're working under a girl, under somebody, this your friend, but it's already like a lot of bald-headed whole weird shit that be going on in y'all dynamics, and then you're probably already feeling second best because you're just a water boy to in the situation, and then we don't know how Megan's professionalism
Talk to her.
Like we don't know if Chelsea was feeling disrespected at times, feeling belittled at times, feeling insignificant at times, or maybe she was harboring her own insecurities, just being in proximity to somebody who was taking up that much space in a friendship. Because when you are close to people who have stardom, they do take up more space in the friendship, like, and they do kind of hog up more of the center of attention because of just the natural dynamic. So Megan could have been feeling inferior herself. She could have been feeling away. Maybe there were things that Megan was doing as well to exacerbate those things. And then this girl code situation, and we already know historically that women, I have seen mother and daughter roll around in the front yard and slam each other through fences over a piece of a nigga. Like, women historically have fought over niggas, and they have fought over niggas more dusty than Tory. At least Tory is a famous nigga, getting a bag ass nigga, invited to Kylie Jenner party ass nigga, in the industry ass nigga. That's a lot more than what Pookie ass on the corner is contributing.
You right, Conscious.
His ass too. So I mean,
right, Conscious, you don't know. Megan could have been on some shit like, yeah, I fucked him. So what? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, bitch? She could have said some shit like that and triggered her. So we don't even know. You know how people can say some shit and stuff like that.
According to Kelsey.
Come to find out.
That part.
Period.
Dead it. Period.
So, but here's the issue. You got a heightened situation. Because this is another element of it. I think Megan would avoid putting the spotlight on Kelsey, because I think that blaming Kelsey, even if Megan knew that Kelsey shot her, I do not believe that Megan has the capacity to admit it, because Megan's own ego would fall apart.
Right.
Her own ego would fall apart, because Megan's supposed to be the baddest bitch in this situation. Megan's supposed to be the creme de la creme of all the pussy in the situation. She's not supposed to be in the situation taking another woman's man and then getting shot by the main chick. Like, she ain't, but that destroys her whole, like, I'm top tier bad bitch. Whole image falls apart. Like, the narrative falls apart. And I don't think her ego would be able to hold up. I really don't. And I don't think that she would do that to her brand, because, and then it brings in a question of her moral compass. It's just like Megan has too much to lose if it was Kelsey who pulled the trigger. Right. She got too much to lose. Her brand, her integrity, her politics as a woman, especially because you got to realize Megan came out on this protect black women. If I admit that I fought this bitch over a nigga and then she the one who shot me, but I fucking her man, how can I say protect black women when I'm not even protecting my black sister? So it like the whole thing just collapses, and
it's a situation where they both have a lot to lose. Both of them have a lot to lose out of the situation, but I believe that Megan would lose more in her eyes. I feel like she wouldn't want to go. Her career would be flat. She wouldn't be able to spit no bars. Half the bars that she has is about her sexuality. You feel what I'm saying? So if this situation plays out in another way, it tarnishes her brand to an extent that she can't work right. You know what I mean? So I feel like everything aligns up to
seriously.
Right.
And then she would probably be blackballed in the industry. I mean, like, how many other females would even want to get close to Megan if it, if all of that comes out that she really gooped, I mean, her own friend. It'd be different if Kelsey was just like some random extra or somebody who didn't have proximity to it. It's like, you did this to your friend, like somebody who literally your personal assistant, somebody who works like it. I mean, it would be epic. Like, it would just be an epic backlash, I believe. And I mean, she probably wouldn't have much of a damn career left. Now, here is the thing, y'all. If this case gets dismissed and thrown out, or whatever the case may be, or let's say that Tory is exonerated, like, do y'all think that it's over for Megan no matter what?
I actually feel like everybody wins.
No, because you don't have the elements, all the elements to the situation. And the fact is that she's the one that got shot. So,
but considering all of the hate and backlash she's gotten, all of this,
I think
she's going to get it. No, she's going to lose in the court of public opinion if this doesn't go to trial, because she will be looked at as a black woman who falsely accused a black man. I mean, she's already being slung through the mud now. So no, I think she would. If it doesn't go to trial, it won't be good for Megan.
I thought he was saying on the fence, like if it get thrown out, you know what I'm saying? What the judgment would be like to her. And the only reason I would say, it still would hold some, like, it just be that they couldn't prove that he, was responsible, like the fragments is missing, even though I think just go back in her feet and x-ray her feet again, what have you, net herself there. But there's so many other different elements that are playing to, them not having a proper evidence to really go at him.
But a part of that is her. That's why I said she should not have done that.
Is the person who said that they were fighting, is the witness that was dismissed as unreliable?
I don't know.
Who said? Is the witness the person that said they were fighting? Are they still involved with the case?
I believe if they gave testimony that it's there, I don't know how they could be deemed as unreliable. They still would have to look at it.
That's what they had read in the transcripts, that one of the witnesses, was deemed, unreliable.
Oh.
I still say if Tory doesn't come out as guilty, this will always hang over Megan's head, because she could have played this totally different, and she could have been an advocate for domestic abuse survivors. I mean, it's so many ways that you could have played it, but she participated in the circus with that Gayle King interview. She should not have done that. I'm sorry.
The fact still remains, someone assaulted her.
I understand that, but when people are online and they're discussing it, especially when we in these male-dominated spaces, no one is saying, "Oh, she got shot." They're saying, "Why is she lying on this black man? She's not telling the truth. She wasn't shot." There are people who still don't believe that Megan was shot. People still believe that. So no, if it doesn't come out that way, I definitely think it's going to be negative repercussions. And I just feel like it turned into a circus, and it didn't have to be.
I'm just tired of waiting for 2 years of this shit to try to
What made
figure
it
out
be a
what the
circus?
truth is.
What made it be a circus? Because she said Tory shot me.
No, I'm not saying that it's a circus because she accused them. I think that was the right thing to do. When I say it's become a circus, it's because if you have an ongoing case, you don't need to do any interviews, and that's on both sides. He's doing an album. You got the friends saying, "Oh, I saw the police report." It's too many people involved before we even get to see the transcripts. So when I say it's a circus, I mean it's too much going on, and as a victim and her portraying herself as a survivor on the other side, that interview was premature. She should not have done that interview because all that did was make people speculate more and try to poke holes in her story and call her a liar. You save your interview until you get the guilty verdict.
Yeah, I 100.
You right there. I agree on you on that. I 100% agree on what you're saying about that. You know, it's like she could have had kept
Her
that to
reply,
herself.
but her thing, her answer him was because he had already spoken out. He had already been to the blogs, and he was trying to paint a narrative. And so, but true, like you said, 100, like you said, you should have kept your mouth closed. But she reacted. You know,
They
she
silenced
reacted.
him. They silenced him, and then she talked because they had already put it. Tory was not able to talk about it anymore. That was already a done
Yeah,
deal,
because
and
there was
then
a
she
court
did her
order.
interview after the fact.
Yeah, okay, but that's what started making me think he really did something because these people are kind of targeting him on level again. I am so long
Okay, I
ago
gotta
a
ask you a
favorite
question. I don't mean to
of
cut you
Tory
off, but
Lanez.
I ask you a question. What made you think that because that happened, it targeted something and you feel what you feel? So explain that.
Who, me?
Yes.
No, she was just talking to the other lady.
No,
Because I
she
really
wants to
feel
know
what
why do
you're
you
talking.
think he's targeted because they put a gag order on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So she's asking you if
No, you
what
said that.
you
I
said
didn't
to
say
him.
that.
No. Listen. We all friends and all cool here. I'm just asking what makes you think that.
You
You
talking to
asking
me?
if you're asking me, I think they kind of the prosecutors and them kind of targeted Tory. Again, Meg didn't make the allegations, that started stem the police report. She was actually lying up until a certain point and saying glass type things, and then when it turned over, as the surgeon stepped in, and this is bullets, then where these bullets come from, and I don't even believe Meg said something at that point. I'm not sure about that. I can't stand on that, but
No.
it's
You
like they
can't.
look
You
like they
may
were
not can
going for
stand
him.
on it, but I want to know your opinion about it. That's all I'm asking. Your opinion.
I do feel like they're targeting Tory. I'm telling you, I'm a fan, and it's like the YT sat down and said, "Okay, you got bullet fragments in your feet. Somebody had to do it to you.
Mhm.
How that happened? You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
When she wasn't willing to even step up and say, "Oh Lord, I got bullet fragments in my feet," and so and so shot me. It was like they pursued it because she was actually lying and look like I'm saying, like they went to covering up still for each other. You got to think of the mentality of this woman. I'm not gonna lie. This is where I kind of can see her. You know what I'm saying? You got back in that
Mhm.
car after somebody shot you. You dig what I'm saying? So you had a certain
Yeah.
state of mind. It is not that bad. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I might have really stuck my feet. It don't hurt that bad as you do. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad. She was back to work, bouncing and popping. You dig what I'm saying? On them same feet.
To your point,
But
she
if
was
She
you,
trying to
just,
protect
it's just like they making it a situation. They making a situation. That's why I could see like a
uh,
lot throw confusion in on them. So they have to throw this away so they could go ahead on about their business. But then when you say things like, yeah, she's gonna be the one to suffer for this here. If you're really paying attention, you got a woman, somebody shot at me, and I'm still in protect him mode. I get back in that car because we in these YT neighborhood, and Lord,
Exactly.
it could go like this here. Come on, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on and get it back in the car. You know what I'm saying? Let's get from around here.
Yeah.
Come on, man, let's go home. We 5 minutes away. Come on, bro, get back in the car. All right, I'm getting back in the car. Okay, let's throw a scuffle in there. You dig what I'm saying? Cause yeah, you this whatever, and cause I ain't like when you said and you stupid for even much you're getting out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they go to rumbling. But let's get our phone right here about these people. They Meg whole action through the process was actually protect Tory. Cause that's who's being blamed at this point.
Really was.
So you know what I'm saying? But protect the whole situation. We don't want really her first lie was her heart. You dig what I'm saying? Oh man, come on, bro. We black. We gotta get she moved like that. Even look, she lied. The police actually left.
I really
and in a surgery. You know what I'm saying? This girl still ain't said this nigga shot me. No, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. Cause I'm in this hospital right here by these people here, and then they ain't gonna let it go down. I'm gonna say who I am. And baby, let me tell you something. He shot me, and boom, boom, boom. This is what happened. No, she still worked with that lie. She still worked with that lie. When that surgeon stepped in, then it became a bullet fragment. Then it has to be reported.
Shit like that to protect each other on stuff like that. At the end of the day, what you just said is that at the end of the day, they be against black women. But black women,
look how we always That's what I mean. I can see her. That's what I mean. I can see her.
But when
you're right, because we try to protect, even though you did something wrong towards us, but we try to protect you. And
you can't have it both ways.
Most black men don't understand that.
Well, women don't understand that either. Because when women came on this panel, and I'm not calling anyone out, but
go ahead, baby girl.
Almost every woman that came on, I thought said, oh, I don't believe Tory did it. And I believe Kelsey did it. So even as women, we are accusing Megan of lying and poking holes in the story. And come on. The thing is, if Megan lied because she understood this was going to look bad for her.
She understood the assignment.
Okay. But you saying she protecting her brand? Okay, let me tell you when she started to protect her brand. Once she got shot. Once she got shot, because before then, you dig what I'm saying? Before the doctor figured out that there was bullet fragments, you want to say like, okay, all that Megan is lying about is, her brand. Of course, she's including herself in this self-preservation, baby. But I'm telling you, in the moments of the events that led up to it, and when you sit your puzzle down and you go to mapping it out, you say, okay, I'm gonna protect me first. But see, I didn't want this to go this far. And I didn't want this to go this way. And I could see that in her. Again, I am Tory's fan. You dig what I'm saying? Meg don't do nothing for me. Meg don't do nothing for me. I can see her as a woman. I can see her work her way through the motions and get to where she at in the situation. But I agree with you when you say she really should have kept quiet, so nobody have pieces of elements to put together and be trying to configure what's going on in her life. You know what I'm saying? And when things be going on like this here, just for a person to know, even content creators, they go back, they do backdoor things to get the information. They pull strings. Hey, you wash my back, I wash your back to get this information. You know what I'm saying? All these different elements of this here case, when actually is actually them people business, and that's that.
But I said that she should have kept quiet. But I also understand.
But you was all ears when she did it.
Why she felt she had to speak out. Okay, because, just a moment. I understand why she felt she had to speak out, because she's on social media. The first thing she should have done is deactivate that damn social media, because she doesn't need to see what everybody is saying. Because immediately when it came out that she was shot, people were already in disbelief, and people were saying, oh, this is Jay-Z did it. Oh, he's trying to get his master's. People made up any excuse rather than saying, you know what, lock that nigga up. Lock his ass up. And when somebody posted in the comments and said, What does
I
being
agree with
a fan
you. You
have
one
to
of
do
those
with
people.
it?
You
Well,
think
wait
so
a
much
minute.
of
I want to
yourself.
answer this too, though, because somebody put in the chat, what
Let her
does
talk.
being a fan have to do with it? And what being a fan has to do with it is it changes the context in which you view the information. If you have on a pair of glasses and you're seeing it from a fan of Tories, no matter what we put in front of you, you're still going to be a fan. You're not going to view the information the
Oh, I
same way that
disagree.
somebody who doesn't
I
know what
disagree
the
with
hell
you. I was
Tory
agreeing with you
is,
before.
you're
I
not
was
going
agreeing.
to view the
I actually agree
information
with
the
everything you
same
were
We're
saying.
way.
not gonna agree
What,
on
Yeah,
everything, but
yeah,
we're not
I would
gonna
agree.
do the
She's
same.
a
We're
lot of
gonna
what
let
she's
people
saying, and
talk.
what she's coming from. She's coming from a perspective of you know, what your end game is and what you done did, and she gonna hold you accountable to that. That's to be respected. That's how you're supposed to handle things. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking from I was trying to like picture out a version of this is how we move as Black women. You know, some of us is not as strong as other ones. Some of us have been, conditioned to believe protect him even though he whooping me, or whatever. It's different circumstances for people. But I agree with you when you saying she just should have disconnected. She should have never even spoke on it, had no opinion to it. But when you have a mentality in the heart, and yeah, you want to protect your brand and all that's elements in the situation that made her speak. You know what I'm saying? And then you feeling victimized and you protecting this person. And imagine sitting back and saying, you look at he just spinning all kind of narratives. You know
well,
what I'm
no, the
saying?
whole
You
world is
know
saying
what?
I'm
You
Make
know
me
lying.
what?
go all
Can I
kind of ways,
can I can I
on me.
say something though? Can I say something? I
Yes.
agree with both of you. I agree with her side, your side, and I see things a lot of thousand different ways. All I'm saying is this. It's like, okay, this happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Megan Thee Stallion had this shit happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with her going on she said he shot me, allegedly. She said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going with Kelsey stuff and Tory Lanez stuff. But at the end of the day, we still don't know what happened because we wasn't there. But at the
Period.
end of the day, we gotta go off of what they said happened, right? We
Mm-hmm.
gotta go off of what Tory said, Megan said, Kelsey said, and we still ain't even got the shit about what the driver said. So that's a
The
whole
security
nother
guard. Yeah.
puzzle piece. Hold on, let me
As
finish.
women,
We
we
still
should be
don't know
saying,
that
let's wait
puzzle
until the
piece.
trial is over. Because us speculating and making it seem as though, because we don't, I mean, we have the article, we have what the people are saying about the case. However, I keep seeing this in the comments also. People are saying, well, they're trying to get a mistrial. I can believe that. I can believe that 10,000%. And I'm not excusing that her mother passed away because I saw that also. And I know she's a young girl. She's in college. She's an entertainer. This is all new to her. I get all of that. And that's why I feel like she should have disconnected because she didn't do herself any favors. Because no one, the majority of the people in the court of public opinion do not have empathy for the Black woman. And because we know that, even and we know that Megan was shot, I haven't heard anybody say, oh, because I think I heard someone just say, well, she was back to work the next day. I mean, come on. I mean, if we want to say that she was shot and it was wrong, whether it was Kelsey or Tory, um, everybody involved who had the residue on their hands are wrong as fuck. I mean, that's the bottom line. There's no excuse. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it was an
Nobody said it
accident, if
wasn't
it was a
wrong.
warning shot. I don't care if she was sleeping with Tory. That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you get to shoot me. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. And this
Nobody
is
No,
said
what
it
I
was
hear that,
wrong.
but
I'm
I need
definitely
to finish
trying to
what I was
figure it
saying
out.
though.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna say this here to make it clear. I'm doing scenarios, what ifs
Okay,
based
I love
on
you.
what we know in scenario. Again, I'm a Tory fan, but I'm
Yeah, I love
actually
you.
telling you that I see Megan as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I can see why she moved in the way that she moved. So when you feel like she shouldn't have did this, that, and the third, you're the one that's got an issue with her. I'm telling you, I can see how she did this. I can think from where she was going and why she made the moves. I even spoke on, okay, we protecting, okay, we're gonna get back. Like I said, it take a certain mentality to get back in that car after you done been shot. You know what I'm saying? It take a say, somebody pulled that trigger, you heard that sound, and ouch my feet. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because her injuries, she was able to walk it off as glass up until whatever point in the hospital. Okay. So that's how much the damage is. And I'm just trying to tell you that I'm on her side in a certain sense, a manner, meaning I see where she went to protect everybody. And you can even throw in there herself. Yeah, of course. Self-preservation. Of course. My ass before your ass.
I want to talk to you, Conscious, because I can see it three ways. I want to talk to you, Conscious. I want you to come back in.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I want you to come back in. I want you to say what you got to say about everything that's said, and then I want to talk.
Okay. Well, I mean, y'all know what I think took place. I agree that at the end of the day, somebody shot Megan, and that makes everybody involved in this shit, aside from Megan, really, really, really evil, because everybody is protecting whoever did this. Now, the only way I can see everybody being slow to speak is because maybe they all knew they were fucked up and drunk as fuck, and everybody's memory is like wild right now, and so nobody feels comfortable being like, well, so and so. But even if you're drunk, I mean, you can't be that. Well, I don't know how fucked up you guys to be to not know who the fuck shot who, but
yeah, what's right?
It's hard. It's just wrong. A lot of situations going on.
Does she have to know? Does she have to know who shot her? I mean, she was not. She shouldn't be facing in the direction of the gun.
She ain't gonna know what happened and who shot her because she had alcohol in the atmosphere of what was going on.
And that's kind of like my point, though.
But she's saying that she does. She says she looked back and saw Tory hanging halfway out of the window. She said she saw. She said
she could have saw her for a quick snippet, but doesn't mean that she know who shot her.
She's saying Megan. She's saying Tory shot me. I looked back when I heard dance bitch dance, and he was hanging out of the window shooting. And then
I know what she's saying.
And I looked down at my feet, and there was blood. Now that's according to what her. She says she witnessed who shot her.
And see, the crazy thing about that, Conscious, is that they always and already label her as a drunk. And for me, I understand that. From my case, I'm not drunk or whatever I'm talking about, but I understand how if something in the past, you done been drunk or you did some shit in the past, and they gonna label you on months and months and months behind before they able to label you as something different. So I understand that, but they labeled her as a drunk already, and they knew that okay, I'm trying to say something, but I don't want to cut nobody off.
Get it out, y'all. Like, allow everybody to get their point out without interrupting them.
But they label her as a drunk. Okay, that she get drunk and she do shit and she's aggressive and all that shit. At the same time, I'm able to like agree and understand that she may not had that happen at that time, but I cannot say that it didn't happen. So with moving on, okay, you slept with your friends, or possibly, allegedly, you slept with your friends, nigga. Okay, moving on from that. That happened, possibly. But it shouldn't be to the point to where you cannot get your truth out about what happened to you when you got shot. Because even if that happened, and even if you was drunk, you shouldn't have got shot at, or you shouldn't have got shot in your foot. So I can say that as well. At the end of the day, also, your friend could feel upset, which could be Chelsea, about that. But moving on from that, okay, so that happened. But it shouldn't have caused to a point that you got shot at or got shot in your foot. And now when you're trying to prove your point and tell everybody that this person shot me, or somebody shot me because she may not knew because she was intoxicated, possibly, allegedly, um, that you can't tell your truth about it. So now it's like us, we talking and speculating and all that shit or whatever about what happened to her. We trying to say what's right, what's wrong, and all that bullshit or whatever. But at the end of the day, she got shot. She got bullet fragments in her fucking foot from somebody. But nobody's thinking about that point. We all looking at about her background, this person background, that other person background. It should be that. It should be like, well, hey, somebody shot me. Hey, I think this person shot me, and that's what I'm saying. This is what it is, and this is what I'm sticking to. But at the end of the day, she doesn't know because of she was at a party and she had been drinking and she don't understand or can see who shot her. But also, we should like ridicule her or ridicule Tory Lanez or whoever about the shit because we really don't know what happened because we wasn't fucking there. That's my point.
Understood. So, in reference to people bringing up the background, we have to talk about the background because that's a part of the evidence. We have to talk
Yeah,
about her being
you're right.
intoxicated because that adds context to how she is recalling the events.
But
And
you
it adds
know,
to
you
the
do know that
credibility
I
of
ain't
not,
trying to cut you
and it
off.
wasn't just Megan who was intoxicated. They all were drinking. And my grandmother told me years ago, you need to be careful how you carry yourself in the company of men and people who you think that are your friends. Because all of this drinking with people who you don't know that well, even if you are at an industry event, this is why, and I hate to say this, our color doesn't
No,
get
you
invited to
telling
a
truth.
lot
You telling truth,
because
girl. Don't hesitate. You telling truth.
because the next day, Kylie distanced herself so fast your head will spin. Listen, guns and parties and alcohol don't go together. And it's too much drama around this young lady. I love Megan. I think she's talented. I think she's in my top 5 female rappers. Listen, but this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. And this is what they do to victims, even those black men who got killed that year. I mean,
It
when
sucks. It sucks the most. But at the end of the day, if it didn't happen, how people are speculating because they already got the idea about her. But it sucks if what she's saying is the truth that we don't believe her. That's what sucks.
it is, and she contributed to it because you keep your mouth closed until everything is done and you move in silence. I don't give a damn what Tory is saying. Let Tory do what he's doing because that made him look guilty. I can't remember the beautiful woman with the New Orleans accent, but when she said that made it seem like, okay, something deeper is going on because he was going on a smear campaign. He was trying to ruin her credibility. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And she should have left it like that. And I know it's hard to do, but you have to play chess. This is the long game. Do you want the short-term satisfaction or do you want the victory in the end?
Exactly. You're right.
I agree with her.
You're right. I mean, look, she didn't tell no lies at all.
I also
I
She didn't
okay.
tell no
I
lies.
respect that. I respect that most definitely.
Hold on, guys, because I really just want us to divorce this whole just throw the glass thing away.
Please.
Throw the glass shit away.
All right, take control, Conscious. You got it.
Throw the glass stuff away, please. Because and I'm gonna tell you why. Not only were there bullet fragments, those bullet fragments were confirmed by the doctors, they were also confirmed by the authorities who received that evidence. So everybody eventually cooperated bullet fragments. Now, the problem with this glass shit is what type of motherfucker steps in glass and gets cut everywhere else but under their actual feet?
Thank you.
What type of motherfucker steps in glass and gets cut everywhere else on the foot aside from the sole of their damn feet? Who gets cut
Thank you.
all on the sides of their ankles, all in the upper parts of the foot area? Make it make damn sense.
Amen.
So can please just drop the glass shit. She did not step in glass. She don't even look like she stepped in glass.
Okay, Conscious, we even thought about glass. We talk about the shoot, the shot, the fragments on that. We never even thought about the glass. I ain't
In the
Okay,
comment
keep in
section.
mind that when we read the transcripts, we saw the testimonies of the officers. We got the police report, all of that. Remember, they also found 8 gun shell casings at the scene. So
Let me tell you.
there was a gun. It was shot. They found the shell casings.
Amen.
They matched it to the weapon that Tory was charged with. The fragments were given to the doctors removed because she had 2 different doctors. The physician she initially saw, who she lied to about the glass, and then the actual surgeon who actually came, who she then told the truth to, who verified that these were indeed small bullet fragments. And I think the goddamn doctor would know the difference between glass and strap metal.
Period.
That strap metal was also given over.
You know why that's still in the air? Because we had one of my favorite YouTubers post that, you know, hey, this is that this Dr. LaFleur or LaFleur, whatever the man name was, is the one that verified that it was glass. Again, that was off of her words when she was lying, when she was saying to keep everything on the low, and keep the gunplay out the situation. That's what Meg said. That was the story she came in the door with. It's not that serious, the glass and blah, 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 blah. But anybody with a little common sense, like you said, under the bottom of your foot is not tampered with, damaged, bruised, or nothing, then just, I mean, on observing, you somebody saying, she's the one said glass. She's the one that said glass. And then the doctors proceeded to see that no, this is not glass. This is not something you stepped upon. This is on the side of your heel. And no, and with x-rays come in, and no, this is not glass. We're seeing metal fragments here, and no, this is not glass. So we're gonna go back to you, and then you're gonna say, okay, oh yeah, you know. But you know what I'm saying? They got people testifying that there were how many shots fired. They went and found how many bullet casings. You know what I'm saying? So come on, just leave that alone. But again, that YouTuber ostracized the glass plate that she knew when she was doing it was what was said by Meg. Yeah, it was an official document. Of course it was, because that was what was the first thing going in. Triage took you, walk into the, you give you information. That's what she gave. She told you she lied, and that's only keep being ostracized and thrown out there as a factor because of what this person did.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the glass shit never made sense at all. And as you just said, yes, like the woman told us why she lied. It ain't even like we caught her in a lie. She the one told us she lied. She the one who told us like what the context was for why she reported what she reported initially. The woman just lost her mama. George Floyd had just happened. And even if you remove the George Floyd incident, most black people don't fuck with police, period. So then you got that added to George Floyd, the loss of her mom. They are black as hell in a white ass neighborhood. A affluent white neighborhood at fucking that. Absolutely. And then it ain't like one single raggedy head ass mayonnaise bitch pulls up in her little patrol car. These motherfuckers got helicopters, nukes. They got goddamn tanks pulling up. They bring out a whole fucking production. You goddamn right, I'm gonna get my ass out of this shit. You goddamn right, I'm not telling nobody what the hell the truth is. You goddamn right. I'm scared and shook. I don't even know if these mayonnaise folk gonna recognize me as Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, there are mayonnaise. They probably don't even know who they probably don't even know that we somebody in the damn world. We just a pack of regular niggas to these folk. Like, I mean, why Megan initially told the authorities that she stepped on glass and blah blah blah, and she didn't. acknowledge her injuries, it all makes sense. I mean, it's nothing unreal about why her cover story was what it was under the circumstances. So I don't know whether it's just that people want Megan to be. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But see, this is why there's a contrasting difference between the court of public opinion and the actual court. So, like, because the court of public opinion is literally dumb. Like, the court of public opinion is weird. Like, the court of public opinion does not keep context together. So because she lied and because she said she lied, now all of a sudden she's just lying. Now, like he said, I do consider all the other variables at work too. There was a nigga involved. There are allegations that Kelsey was involved with the nigga. There's witnesses saying there was a fight between the females. The gun muzzle went off closer to Kelsey, according to Tory's attorneys, and that most of the gun residue was found on her. Why that is, we don't fucking know. Then you have them all drunk. You have Megan getting out of the vehicle at 2 a.m. on a park bench in a two-piece bikini, calling her damn manager so he can helicopter lift her ass off the side of this damn mountain. Like, you got all of this extreme shit going on. It's just a freak accident. And that does bring into question how fucking clear was everybody at the time that this gun went off? How fucking inebriated was everybody? How fucking clear functioning was everybody? It's just gonna be interesting to see how they can prove what to be what. And I think it's interesting that Tory and his legal team also kind of threw Kelsey under the table because they're the one putting out the fact that the gun muzzle went off.
That's just unconscious. But doesn't it make it weird that through all of the court and all that shit that it took it a very long time for them to give the name of the bodyguard or the driver, which is the bodyguard. Like, they didn't want to speak on his name. So that's kind of weird for me.
There's a lot of weird shit that's going on. It's all weird.
Yeah, they didn't want to speak on him. And I'm like, okay, so you don't want to speak on his name. You ain't say his regular name or whatever. But nobody wants to speak on it. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's
so
weird because he's a key fucking witness in this whole situation. And you would think that his involvement would be more
exactly
what it
we
is.
know it's more, but they ain't speaking on it. Ain't nothing we can do about it. But we just talking and speculating.
And I wanted to add,
hear about him.
Unless he's a witness that they say is not liable. Just an element, though. That's all.
And I wanted to add that
hold on. Can you repeat what you just said, baby
most
girl?
of the time they are in fact lying. Not reliable. When most people give their initial statement to the police, the victims I'm speaking of, they typically are not being 100% truthful about certain things because they are in protection mode, especially in our cases. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I know, Conscious, you mentioned about her being dishonest and the reason that she lied. And that is something common that does happen in a lot of cases like this.
Okay, I get you.
But her line still doesn't necessarily say who shot her. I mean, we know that she lied so that the police wouldn't be involved, but that still doesn't say who she was protecting actually. So, I mean, I get that and I understand the reason behind it, but it still doesn't point to.
But I'm just not trying to go for everybody conversation. But what I'm saying is we never heard about the driver or the body. We don't get. We finally did get later on. We don't get it. So it's like it's suspicious about why we never heard that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just asking a question. I ain't like trying to prove a point or that, and I'm just asking. We don't know nothing about it.
Right. Thank you.
Megan ain't even saying that he can account for nothing. She's not even mentioning him either. Like if everything went the way that she said and her bodyguard was there, then wouldn't she want to at least say that she has somebody there that can validate what she's saying?
That was
I
Tory's
mean,
I
body
don't feel
roll.
like he gonna
she's been
validate
out
what
there
she
talking.
said, but I
That was Tory's
still
body
want to
roll.
hear from him because we're not hearing from him.
And it wasn't her bodyguard; it was Tory's bodyguard.
Oh, it
That's
was Tory's bodyguard. Okay.
fact.
I'm just gonna say
Oh my
this.
God! Wait,
If
I
I
just thought about
can.
it. I just
The
thought about
text
it.
message
Hold
went
on,
to
hold on, hold on, hold
Meg's bodyguard.
on. Hold on. I just thought about it. The reason why he probably ain't talking is because, in fact, Tory might have actually shot Megan. So he's staying quiet on behalf of his friend.
Right. Like I
That's
said,
true.
he may be the unreliable witness.
Well, why ain't Megan saying
Exactly.
the security guard shot it? Saw it. Why ain't she saying that he saw it then? I mean, if he helps her, then and she's out
No,
here
you right,
talking,
friend. You
then
right,
why
friend,
why
about that.
why didn't she do that? You know, and
Conscious,
I'm
when
not
one of
trying to
your
make her.
friends,
I'm not trying to bash her. It just makes it difficult for me to look at her
I ain't
as a
on
victim if
nobody's
she's
side.
trying to set a
me
narrative.
period. Thank you.
You can't be
Yes,
a
ma'am.
victim and set a narrative. If you right, you right. You know what I mean? But this half lies, half truth makes it wobbly. You know what I mean? It
But
gives it reasonable doubt. And I mean, and that's what probably will happen in court.
And that's why
yeah,
I
all
got
of us
down.
are doing that. All of us are, looking and trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We get in scenarios, the conscious, how we think about things. That's what all of us are doing. I don't hope I'm offending, I'm offending anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I want your element because then it's going to spur my brain to thinking, and putting in factors to what I believe could have happened, what I think may have happened type thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it don't matter. Yes, all the elements lying on everybody part. This person not saying nothing. We don't know this person. Why this person is secret. The fact there is Meg was shot and someone shot her.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody shot her. True
Somebody.
enough, somebody shot her.
Hold on,
But
And speaking of
okay, go ahead, Conscious.
shooting her, I gotta shoot the damn bed. I'm tired. I got to go take my ass to bed. So we got to round.
No, go ahead, boo.
I want
We
y'all
gonna miss
to
you.
give me y'all a final statements, and we will return to this weekend for sure. Starting with Vanessa, ending thoughts of love on
Who you said?
I'm asking you for your final thoughts.
Oh, okay. My final thoughts is that okay, with everything that happened, I'm not trying to discredit Megan. I'm not trying to discredit Tory or whoever, Kelsey. But what my understanding is, like, I have heard a lot, and at the end of the day, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And the fact that they're not, it don't make sense. It don't make sense for me, and the people that's viewers and fans of all of them possibly don't make any sense. And I'm just like, okay, so who shot you? Say it, okay, and let it be that, and let's go from there. I don't want to see or hear from the court case that something is differently or whatever. I want to respectfully respect what happened, what did, who did whatever they did to you. And that's just that. And I'm just moving on from that. It don't matter to me. I still want to know, but it don't really matter at the end of the day because, like I said, it's a conversation another day about a distraction of us from other stuff, just like Johnny Depp thing. And I ain't trying to change the subject, but I just want to know that. And I want to respect and be there for the person that's the victim in all of this. That's all I want to do there and be there for them. And I'm done. That's all I got.
Thank you for that, boo. I appreciate your love. E, final thoughts.
This was a touchy debate, and hopefully I didn't offend anyone during this time. But I do want to say to all the women out there, hopefully this will never happen to you. But if it does, please don't be honest the first time, because we have seen this story play out in incidents like it time and time and time again. If you are violated, you need to report it and you need to get their ass locked up. You need to get their ass locked up, because if they're on the streets, any other woman can run into them. And the cycle will continue. We need to get these type of predators off the street. And not saying that Tory is guilty, because I know that it's still ongoing. But if he is, he needs to be held accountable. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Conscience.
Thank you, Boo. Nikia, final thoughts, love.
I guess we'll just see what happens in the trial. I mean, I'm sorry she was shot. Just please understand, if you shoot me, I'm not lying for you. I'm not protecting you. I can give two shits about what the police do to you. Do not shoot at me, near my feet, around me. I'm the fuck telling. I'm the fuck telling on your ass. Like, stop not telling. If you know something, stop not telling. I mean, if it happened to you, tell it. He shot me or whatever. I'm not dancing around. Don't dance around it. The whole, no. Tell on their ass if they shoot you.
Amen. I agree.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, Boo. And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
A queen intro. A final thoughts, love.
Even though I'm a Tory fan, I'm gonna say it like this: whoever shot Meg, shame on you, and you should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Period.
Period. I can get down with that. Thank you for being intro. Kevin, your final thoughts.
All I'm gonna say, CTV, is the truth will set you free.
Yes.
I mean, somebody lying out of the whole situation. It's somebody's lying and somebody's backing up a lie. And the truth, from Megan's standpoint, I feel like there's lies going on at some point, whether she's a victim or not. And being transparent would have make her look be a little bit better. So that's all I really got to say about that. But one thing I want to say before I get you off of here, I want you to get some merch, man. I want a nasty piece of hat or a nasty piece of t-shirt or I need you to come up with something for me. I'll cop the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get you some merch.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Thank you for all your support, Kev. I appreciate you.
Yeah, all right. I appreciate you, man. You have a good evening.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye. So merch coming to y'all guys, so y'all can thank Kev for inspiring the old nasty piece of merchandise, girl. Okay. This story will develop. I hope that Megan gets justice. Somebody shot her motherfucking ass, okay? And she says that it's Tory Lanez. So hopefully, if he in fact did shoot her, all of the evidence will corroborate that, and she'll be able to have justice for what has happened to her. Everything else that happened around this situation, whether it be the Chelsea and her situation and Tory putting his penis in everybody according to him, all of that's a low vibrating behavior. But that doesn't equal to Megan ending up with bloody feet and trauma and everything else around that situation. So, and that's what this case is about. It's about who shot Megan, not whether Megan was fucking Tory, not whether Kelsey was clawing Megan's eyeballs out as a result of a Tory entanglement. All those elements might have played definitely a part in what ended up culminating, but somebody shot Megan, and obviously something personal transpired because everybody is protecting the shooter, and I think that pretty fucked up, because I don't think that you should allow a personal quarrel to become equivalent in your mind, to karma. Like, she shouldn't have fucked my man, so I'm not going to say who the shooter is. I'm not going to help bring her shooter to justice because she should have been. That's so emotionally stupid. Emotionally stupid. It's such a false equivalency. This woman could have lost her life. She could have been permanently fucking injured. Like, it's insane. It's insane. So I hope justice for Megan. This is going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy trial if it plays out. So we will be covering the trial, you guys. So make sure that you are subscribed here. You tuned in here as this situation develops. We will be reporting and having dialogue and figuring it all out over and over and over and over again, honey. Never seen nothing quite like it. It's just such a bizarre set of circumstances. Nonetheless, I'm gonna get out of here. Please thumbs up this video. Shout out to all of my moderators and the Conscious crew in the building. I love you all, and I will see you guys later. Peace.